Sunday morning, filming lots of videos.
Definitely the earliest we've ever
Yeah.
Easily.
recorded.
I woke up, I didn't shower, I put a toboggan on so I didn't have to brush my hair.
Dude, I get in the gym, and that gym is just so hot. I just sweat all day. Like, and then I get mad that I'm sweating because my blood pressure rises and I sweat more because I'm fat.
Tanner.
Blood pressure is like a serious issue, but it always makes me
should
feel like
probably
50
go
or
to the
60
doctor.
year old. Like, I still think I'm like 18, like, oh, fucking blood pressure's never going to impact me. And then, like,
Oh, 30s.
yeah, 30. You're 32, Dan.
Audio sync. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right.
We back, baby.
All right.
Content.
Hi. My father was a drinker and a truck driver.
Copyright.
I wanted to play some music in here, but like, no, it'll get taken down.
All right.
I know, you know what? I'm taking notes this year.
Taking
I'm
the
gonna-
notes,
I'm
too.
gonna- It's Dateline.
Bum, bum, dun, dun, dun. That's not Dateline, it's Law and Order.
SVU's so good. Like, we'll
all
just binge
all
watch
those shows
SVU.
really make me sad. I can't
They
watch.
do make me sad.
It's
I
like
can't
it's
watch
tough for me to watch them. Yeah.
them.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Culture Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Tanner Blakely.
I am Dan Nahar. Content, 2023.
Michael Simonton, and New Year, New Me. That's all I'd like to say.
It's the truth.
New Year, New Me.
Ain't that the truth?
Everything is content now.
What is new?
Everything. Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah. I'm gonna be going to the
We'll
grocery store. You guys are gonna be with me this year.
just see. All right.
Napping.
Is this the year that I buy a GoPro and strap it to my chest and go to
Oh
yard
my
sales?
gosh.
We'll find out.
Is this the year we do a skit? A skit? Something?
We haven't did one of those since the Distant Taco days.
I want a skit so
What?
bad.
What?
Haven't we?
Distant Taco? What's that? I don't know what that is.
Kayfabe. Ooh.
Kayfabe.
Stupid.
Kayfabe. Don't kayfabe me, bro.
Today, we are doing basically a 2022 in review. We're going to talk about a plethora of items. Danny has the list in front of him.
I too. Hand wrote.
Let's dive in. Dive in.
So yeah, I mean, you guys didn't see us much in 2022, so I'm gonna let you get. We're gonna fill you all
I was
in.
gonna say, when was the last time we recorded an episode? Like
It's been-
since May.
May of 22. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
May 22.
That's a gap.
Yeah.
It's a
So
long time.
we got old and doing stuff in the county.
Blood
Stuff
pressure.
and things and other stuff.
But this is the year, man. This is the year. This is Sunday morning. We got over here at 10. Started. We'll do that, man. We're that dedicated this year. So, as far as our 2022 in the rear view,
in the
rear view, let's start it. Okay, 2022 movies. Anything stick out to you guys in 20? Was 2022 a blur? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
It did
yes,
not
it
make-
was. Yes,
Yeah.
it was Blur.
The only movies, we talked about this off camera, the only movies I saw in theaters were The Batman and Top Gun, which I will say, I think Top Gun, definitely the best movie of 2022.
really?
Very, very good. And then we watched like random Netflix movies, Hulu. The Christmas movies always get me, like the one with Lindsay Lohan.
All the
Which-
new ones? I haven't seen that yet.
Like, it's not very. It's a it follows the formula. But if I had to say best movie, even though I love Batman, I'd say Top Gun for sure for me. I didn't see, like, I think you guys didn't see very many
Right.
movies. We watched more TV shows, but
Top Gun killed the box office this
Yep.
year, man.
it is the perfect nostalgia and also just being a good movie on its own. Like, you felt like the 1980s, you felt the original Top Gun, but it's also like, this is something else. So,
How'd you feel during the volleyball scene?
well, you know,
Miles
now that you
Teller is a
mention
handsome,
it,
He is a
handsome
handsome
man.
It's those scenes are always the most random, but it was so famous that in theaters I started laughing when they started playing volleyball. I'm like I've seen this so many times. But it's a really good movie.
I'll touch back on it later on in the podcast, but the Batman, what are your thoughts on the Batman? I think we talked about it. Did we talk about this last year at all? Or maybe it's just been so freaking long. I can't
Honestly,
remember.
I don't think we've talked about it formally.
So the Batman, I thought it was awesome.
Not all of us had seen it.
That's
why
true.
Yeah.
That was your hang up. I don't think you guys
So
saw
I've
it
seen
till,
it
like,
now.
late
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So with the Batman, are you concerned that that's going to be non-existent in the new DC universe?
It made too much money to not.
You think so?
I think
exists.
that they've already mentioned they're going to keep it around.
Yeah.
And honestly, movies like this, they usually do 3 and they're done.
Right,
So
right.
if there's no hope for an expanded,
I think
Which
that's
there
dead.
isn't.
I think that's
The-
dead
no,
now.
the
I think an
DCU
expanded universe.
EU is dead.
so for
Right.
me, the Batman was very good. I can't remember where. To me, like when you think of Batman, like I really enjoyed that. I thought
Right.
Bruce Wayne, Batman, the villains. I thought everything was good. A little slow at parts, but
Right.
I
think that-
if they do one more and they're done after that, cool.
Right.
I'll be happy either way if they did 10 more like that. But
They're doing the Penguin spinoff, I think.
Yes,
still,
Yeah.
too, is what I
that's
saw.
going to be on HBO Max, I believe.
they're gonna tie that in, and the Penguin was really good.
Aren't they doing another like Gotham Police spinoff too?
I think
Dude,
they
I
already
can't. I
are.
can't do. I think they are too.
Yeah.
I also saw Gotham Knights, which I don't understand what the heck that is either. Man,
That might be the
is that what? Is that no? Is that in the CW? Is the CW doing something like this?
Yeah.
The CW has to stop. They have
Yeah,
to
they
stop doing
have
what they're
to
doing.
stop.
Just quit.
You're diluting it now, man. This is
You
it's-
filmed all over Vancouver.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. No, that's really tough. I'll get into that later. I don't want to spend too much anger on that because I have a lot of anger towards that later.
The only thing with the Batman I am not a fan of, I will say, because some people had a problem with the flare scene, like where he was saving people. I hate that people are like
They have a
putting
problem with him
their
being a
own.
hero.
Yeah, I'm like, he's literally a superhero. Like
That's
he's
his
just gonna let
job.
them die. Like I hate, and I also saw this on social media. People were like complaining about Superman. Like we need to modernize the suit. No, like it's Superman. What do you want him to do? Wear like a combat helmet? Like I don't understand.
The Henry Cavill decision did not bring Superman back.
That
He was
hurts.
he was a modernized Superman
Yeah.
in my mind. Everything,
Yeah.
even from his suit to him as an actor and as a character, was a modernized
Killed it.
Superman.
But even then, I loved that version of Henry Cavill. But people were saying like, no, we can't have Red Cape. You know, like okay, then you
Do you
just
want him to be
don't
like
care,
the not the
like-
new 52, but the one that just wears a t-shirt and jeans?
That is the new 52, isn't it?
Is
Yeah,
it?
that was started.
Yeah,
out
he wore
with,
like boots and
like
jeans.
a rolled up sleeve.
Did he have a mullet for a hot second, or just like longer?
In
hair?
the '90s, he had a mullet. I don't know if he had.
when he
might.
returned from death, he had
yeah, that's
long
one
hair.
thing.
But like that really bothered me, and also the Joker.
I wasn't a big guy about the Joker. Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a very divisive moment. Like I
everybody-
enjoyed it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they keep him in Arkham, just as not even like a main villain. Just keep him there,
right.
just
right.
to like mentally check in every now and then with Batman.
I don't need a Joker in every Batman
Yeah,
story,
right.
but his interpretation of it might grow on me. It might be different,
Right.
but just the few seconds I don't know, the facial, it just kind of seemed like a ripoff a little bit of the Dark Knight with like the scars,
Yeah.
the teeth.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You know what, dude? I don't know if it's just a personal preference. I don't have to have an ugly Joker. You know what I
No,
mean?
like-
Like you don't have to disfigure the dude. I think he's almost more eerie when he's like disguised as a guy that's just wearing clown makeup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To where like Joaquin Phoenix is like that's an eerie
He's
Joker
Yeah.
to me.
He's
you know?
almost like fancy, like
Yes.
in all the animated series, Harley
Yes.
Quinn,
Yes.
the show, which I'll talk about later. He's a criminal, but like he also
right.
keeps up his appearance. Like
Right,
you know,
right.
why just because he's a criminal does he have to be ugly and
I've-
dirty? Like
Right. They're turning everybody, and this is like, I guess, the Riddler a little bit to this point too. Riddler and Joker, they're turning everyone into the Anarchy character, which is like a C-list Batman character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like everybody is now that formula. That's like what Joker is now just total anarchy, which, I mean, I don't totally get that. You know what I mean? He always has
Yeah.
some means to him, even if he's just obsessed with Batman. You know what I mean?
he's chaos. Like he's not even anarchy. He's just
Right.
like you don't know what he is. Like
Right,
he'll do
right.
random stuff. So anarchy is just trying to take the power out
Yeah.
of the people. Like
anti-capitalism
Yeah,
and,
like,
and structure.
Don't do that with the Joker and
Right.
every
Every
character.
character,
Yeah.
every character, yeah, every character stuff. I want someone. I don't care how corny it is. Like I hope Mr. Freeze is like back and like he just wants to save his wife,
Yeah.
and he's like the best way to do it is just I'm gonna become an ice villain. And
There
like,
are
you're-
rumors that he is the villain.
That's
for
what I heard.
The second back.
He comes back. He's like, you know what? If I'm going to save my wife, got to take over the mayor's office.
Yeah.
That's really my first step. Like,
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I really liked Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
You know what? That movie, I don't want to say it holds up, but it's got a special place in the old
It's
heart.
it's
fun.
nostalgic. It's
Yeah.
goofy. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate people. Just get over the nipples already.
Chill.
I forgot about the nipples.
Get over the nipples.
Nipple,
The back card.
the
I
bat nips.
Never leave home without it.
I saw a poll. It was like, "What's your favorite bat suit?" And one of the polls, it actually had like Kilmer's. They were like, if it didn't have the nipples, Kilmer's bat suit would win. I was like,
I mean, he
What's-
couldn't move
okay,
his neck.
why are you
Yeah,
guys
it
so-
was a lot of.
why are you guys so
Lot of
focused on it?
short
Like,
term,
like it's almost weird that you
Yeah,
guys
now-
are so
yeah.
focused on
You
it.
sexualized that to where it wasn't intentionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's on
Like,
you more
yeah,
so than the guy.
Yeah, but
Men have nipples, man. Is that a problem?
Like,
Jeez.
okay. Get over it.
Yeah. Okay, so 2020, 2022 movies for me. I found out that I'm just in love with like I don't even know what the genre would be. It's almost like the murder mystery genre and like the psychological thriller that doesn't take itself too serious. So like the two movies that stuck out for me this year, man. I loved The Menu. I loved The
We
Menu.
need to watch that.
Have you not watched it?
No, we haven't.
Oh
We
my
need
god,
to.
it's so good. Voldemort's in it. Anna Taylor, and then Voldemort actor because you're incredible. and
Ray
I,
Fiennes.
yeah, I really need to respect him more because he killed it in that movie. Such a fun actor. And then Glass Onion.
Yep.
Have you guys seen
Oh,
Glass
I
Onion?
forgot about Glass. Yeah,
I
liked Glass
freaking
Onion.
love
Prefer
that
Knives Out
series.
just a little bit more than
Yeah,
Glass
agreed.
Onion, but it's
Agreed.
still a fun.
I
You know,
don't know. I
Really?
like Glass Onion. I
I
think
think-
it's the overall cast. Like I
Yes.
liked, obviously Batista, which he's getting some love.
He killed it.
Um,
and then he died.
what's her name?
Anthony
Sarah
Zinn.
Cameron.
Spoilers.
What's her name?
Ooh,
Who is
From
it?
Outer Banks. Girl from Outer Banks.
Oh,
I
she
did-
plays Whiskey. Yeah, I can't remember her
Yeah.
name.
I thought she was really good. Like
Edward Norton is
I
good.
forget all their names.
Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn.
She's hilarious.
I love Catherine Hahn
Yes.
and everything. She's one of
Daniel
my
Craig
favorites.
as Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc.
Just literally,
yeah.
I like that one more than the original.
Even though they don't take it serious, they all acted their butts off, man.
Yeah.
Like everyone in there.
Janelle Monáe.
The
Janelle Monáe, she was incredible. Yeah.
The
man.
only one I didn't really like was Ed Norton, but you're not supposed to like Ed Norton's
Right.
He's
character.
supposed to be like an
So-
Elon Musk kind of rip
But he was so annoying. I was like, gosh, like I just wish he'd be off camera for a few minutes. Like,
Yeah.
She
like,
disappears.
but you know that's his role, so he did a great job too. But I forgot about that one because it was at the tail end. But,
right, right.
Oh my gosh, it was a good movie.
It's dude, like that whole genre has now like defined like what I want to watch in like movies. Like I like being able to like pick it and like it doesn't take itself too serious, but there's like stakes involved in it. So the menu, I'll give you like a little like breakdown of that.
Give me a
Essentially-
little bite-size taste of the menu.
Yeah, no pun intended. Like.
Give me the sampler platter.
So basically, it's it starts out and there's little like turns throughout. Like it really develops the entire group there. So they travel to a private island, which is a private island / restaurant. It's this world famous, top end chef, and only the most wealthy can afford to get there. So it's like $1,500, $2,000 just for a plate. You know what I mean? To get in there. So you see
Man,
Anna
must be
Taylor
nice to have
Joy.
money.
Yeah, seriously, in Beast, which I also don't know that actor's name.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy, go over there and it's like a cool cast. You got John Leguizamo, a whole bunch of other just random assortment. And they-
It's Nick. What's his name? Something Holt.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
Ryan
yeah,
Holt.
yeah, yeah.
That's like I can't remember. You know who we're talking about.
They get there and it just seems off, but not more off than like any high end restaurant probably is off because it's just like that's what they're about. And like you get through different courses, their theme in the night, and then like it starts getting like progressively like more aggressive, and like people are like, "This is odd, but we love it." And then and there's a food critic there. So essentially, what it was. The guy's like has a personal vendetta against everyone in that room, and he's kind of tired of where he is, and he's stagnant. So he's gonna take it out by like this performance art through his meals, which ends up being like murder and this and that, and like everyone in the room, you come to find out at the end has a connection to one another or to the gentleman in there outside of Anna Taylor-Joy's character, which was a late arrival because. the Beast guy, James McAvoy, his date had canceled on him. So she's added to it, and that's like the big twist, and it kind of plays all together. But the acting, again, spot on. Who's Voldemort again? What was
Ray Fiennes.
Ray Fiennes, man? He plays the best British man that, and he is a British man.
Have you
but
seen any of the newer James Bond where he's
yes,
him?
yes,
Oh,
dude,
kills it.
he does. He kills it, and he has that like he has a presence about him that he can be like intimidating with very dignified like wordplay and everything, and it ends up being really fun. Morgan freaking fell asleep, I think, but it's
Sounds
such
like
a
that's a
good,
reoccurring.
yeah, dude, it is. She just doesn't like movies, but no,
Hashtag Morgan doesn't like movies.
yeah, but no, really good Menu. I would say Glass Onion 1 for me, Menu 2 for me. Movies this year.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Batman we watched in theaters. We did watch Don't Worry, Darling
Don't worry, darling.
with Florence Pugh and Henry Styles, and
How was that?
the one that had
controversial one,
a lot of fallout
well, the
between
backstage
Yeah.
controversy.
the director. Can't remember her name.
Olivia Wilde.
Yes,
With she was with
recently got divorced
Jason
from Jason
Sudeikis.
Sudeikis.
Yeah.
I love
That
me some
whole
Jason
fiasco.
Sudeikis.
Wasn't she?
Nick
Doesn't she have an
Kroll's in
affair
it.
with Harry
Styles during the filming, so it was awkward on set, and Florence felt like Harry wasn't giving his 100% of the
I
performance.
thought that wasn't
they
that a
would-
rumor? Or is that confirmed?
There's cast and crew that said they would like sneak off between takes to like somebody's
So do you
trailer.
What
think? Do you
would they
think
do?
Harry Styles actually?
You know,
Do you think Harry Styles actually spit on Chris Pine? Do you think he? Actually
I
did
don't know.
Spitgate. Do you think he actually did?
It's the way Chris
I
Pine
mean, it's
reacted.
been like 6 months now, but I think
I
he
forgot
did.
about that. I
Like-
really forgot about that.
It just,
I think he did.
I don't know.
Dude, does Harry
man.
Styles suck or I don't know, man. I
He
don't.
makes banger music, but
He does.
as a
but
person,
he
I don't
does
know.
seem
I
like.
have no idea.
Now, dude, that might be one of my big. I'm not a big Harry. I'm gonna add that.
Write
I
that
will
down.
say
I'm
Harry
not a big Harry
Styles.
Styles guy.
list.
Harry Styles was in my Spotify Wrapped. He was in one of my top 5 artists.
What song do you like the most from Harry Styles?
Honestly, I like it. It's pretty much just his newer album. His whole newer album was very good. The one I'm terrible with his song titles, but the one that was on the radio the most, that was honestly my least favorite.
Like
Watermelon
Watermelon.
Sugar.
No, not that one. Same as I don't know the name of it, but
As it was. Or is that
as
the
it
name of
was, yeah.
Oh, okay,
that one
okay.
is actually my least favorite, but I started listening to it because one of my students was like, "You have to,
You're gonna have.
you
to
have
hear
to listen to this. It comes out at midnight, and I expect a full page report on it." So I literally was like, "Okay," and I listened to every song, and gave like a detailed
That's
report.
hilarious.
Came to school, they forgot about it. I was like, okay.
Harry Styles is one of those guys in the media that I'm like, wait, are you telling me I need to like him or do I have or do I like him?
Is he? Yeah.
And then I get conflicted because his acting prowess, like he's nailing these jobs, and
He's a
then
great actor.
You
Like I
think
haven't
so?
seen his Dunkirk
I don't
performance.
know. I don't know.
But in Don't Worry, Darling, I thought he was
as I'm
perfectly
obviously
fine for
not
the
an
role,
actor,
I guess. But
I don't know. Is he one of those people that they're just trying to force down your throat? Or is he actually like
That's what. Yeah.
legit,
Yes.
legit
Yes.
good at everything?
Yes.
like the new Justin Timberlake, where he's like the triple threat,
Yeah,
act, dance, sing.
You know, I don't know about that.
Does Harry dance? I haven't seen him dance. Does he dance?
Does he really?
He
Yeah, I
does-
don't know if he does.
Does a little jig,
He does a little.
Yeah. Does that count? Gets tap
shimmies.
shoes out.
I don't know.
Gets tap shoes out. But I don't know. I haven't seen that movie though.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's
Either.
it's the twist is not set up well in any way, shape, or form. Hallie's like, I didn't like it, and I was like, it was all right, but I don't know. Movie's not made for me, I guess. I don't know.
I hate those movies where you're like, man, I'm excited to watch this thing. Watching, you're like,
Yeah,
man,
Just
I hate
disappointed with
watching
it.
that.
Yeah.
yeah,
That was terrible.
Yeah.
yeah.
That just reminds me of another one. Put that on
The
there.
year
I
of
think what
notes.
else we
The year of
watched
notes.
this year.
You're making sure I got my stuff straight.
Any movies? I feel like we watched some horror movies.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
We watched Nope.
Nope. Oh, I enjoyed Nope. I think
Nope
I got
was
a lot of
fine.
hate,
Nope
but
was
I
fine.
enjoyed it for what
I don't
it was.
know if Jordan Peele is like a director that I vibe with.
Sometimes
now
that
we've seen
happens,
Get
yeah.
Out, we've seen Us, we've seen Nope, and of those three, I think Us was probably my favorite. of
Really?
his. Then Get Out, then Nope.
I
It's
could
a
see it,
fine
yeah.
movie. Would I
Right.
watch it again? sure, if it's on, I guess, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to watch it again.
Right,
I
right.
understand.
Cast was cool. The alien in it is weird, to say the least.
That was like I enjoyed the alien in it because it's like a well thought out like creature. Like I've never once conceptualized that like a UFO would be like a
flying
literal
kite,
creature.
basically,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? That's like hunting.
Mm-hmm. That cloud hasn't moved for 3 days.
Man, I forgot about Nope. I liked Nope. I liked like the Akira slide reference that
Oh
Kiki
my
Palmer
god,
did.
I
dude.
called that. I was like,
He's an anime guy, and I think it shows. And dude, at first I was like, oh, I'm not a big Kiki Palmer. I really like
She's a
Kiki
good
Palmer.
actress.
I like her. I like Kiki.
My
Palmer.
favorite thing about Kiki Palmer is the remake of the Friday song. You remember that? Rebecca Black.
I remember
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Friday
yeah.
song.
Friday. Yeah. There was like a dub when YouTube became popular, and in the background, someone's like, "Who the heck is Kiki Palmer?" I'm like, anytime I hear Kiki Palmer's name, I always think of that. It's always funny.
Gosh,
Put
Nope.
some
I
respect
Do you-
on Kiki Palmer's name.
Oh no! I'm just saying that's always what I think about. But when you guys watch a movie, do you look more for the cast or the director? I used to be a big director guy, and now it's, hey, is Leo in it?
Mhm.
Is
right.
who's leading?
I think also the studio plays into it for me too. Like A24 movies, sign me up. Sure. Blumhouse
Right.
movies, yeah, I'll
See,
watch.
I don't even pay attention because again, I don't know. There's sometimes directors. The only director, and we've talked about him at nauseam. The only director that I watch because it's the director is Tarantino. Other than that, like even Inception guy,
Christopher Nolan.
Even Christopher Nolan. I used to be big on his, and then I was like, every movie just kind of has the same temperature.
I have
Like,
yet to
vibe.
see Tenet.
yeah.
I
That movie
couldn't get
looks
through it.
interesting, but I mean, they filmed entire
He has
action
great
sequences
movies, and
backwards.
even like James Cameron, like he's another one. Like Avatar, I'm sure we'll talk
Snooze fest.
about Avatar later,
Right,
Right.
maybe. But I've never gotten the hype on Avatar. Never.
There's
ever.
I don't think I'm aware of directors and like studios. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like outside of, I know like I can tell a Jordan Peele movie, I can tell a Tarantino movie, I can tell like a George Lucas movie.
Edgar
Like,
Wright.
yeah, you know what I mean.
But other than that, what's
I think now I look more for not even the actors anymore, just something that's fitting like my mood. So if
Yeah.
it's like there's like Murder on the Nile and like it's a star-studded cast, I haven't seen it yet, but it's a murder
Is that
mystery.
the one with Army
On the
Hammer in
ship.
it?
Yeah, Army Hammer,
Yeah, that-
eating
Cannibal.
I will
flesh.
say
Yeah.
that I like that movie. The only thing is I knew the story to begin with. So
Oh, did you watch the movie?
yeah, I've seen.
Oh,
the
okay,
movie.
see, I haven't seen it yet.
So that I think was an Agatha Christie book, and my dad is like a big Agatha Christie fan, so he knows like all these stories, and he told me about them, and so
Yeah.
I knew. And also, it's fairly obvious
Right.
who it was, but like the cast there was great.
Right.
But I can't tell who was the director. I don't know who
No, I
the director
couldn't
was.
tell
So,
They
like,
swept that one under the rug so fast after it released, just to get Army Hammer like out of the
Yeah.
the mainstream media.
yeah.
Oof.
I got to, dude, this 2023 is the year of me going to a murder mystery dinner. I really got to get there.
Have you seen the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock version? It's a BBC.
I have not. And
Oh,
and this dude, let me offend
it's
let me
so
offend the
good.
United Kingdom and the Commonwealth.
Uh-oh.
Dude, super British films and television, I can tell, and it's not made for me. It's not made for an American market, man. It is beyond me. Like their humor,
The dry.
the dryness of them, the poshness of them, man. You know, 1776 happened. and
Never
like
forget.
all the
Oh my
crap with
God.
like the royal family, and maybe I just take a lot of that out.
We're the
man.
Allied powers. Dan.
Yeah,
You
I can't. This is gonna break the break the treaties. But like, no, man, it's like Doctor Who. I have so many Doctor Who fans that come into the shop, and like, God bless them, dude. Like, I can't. It's too British for me, and like the right amount of British for me. And as they all hate West Virginia and the United States, the right amount of British for me is like Harry Potter. Like, it's just British enough that I can enjoy it. So, like, it's just British. Or James Bond. James Bond is just British enough. Like Henry Cavill, is he British? He is British.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just British
He's
enough.
not British. He's. I mean, it's the
I think he's
United
British.
Kingdom, but I don't think he's from London, like England. Also,
You tell me two other cities in England outside of London.
you know the fast.
Brenton,
That's not a real
Leeds.
city.
Manchester.
Leeds,
Manchester,
yeah.
yeah.
Liverpool.
Why don't you guys just move over there if you like it so much?
The difference between England United Kingdom and Great Britain has always like baffled me.
Oh,
and
right,
this
right,
year
right.
I've fully like 100%
Committed to-
understood. Like it's so funny because each year it's like, what's the difference? And I'm always kind of like, that's a good question. I always look it up, but this
They
year
have,
I
like,
found
3
like
different
something that
flags.
clearly explained it to me, and I'm like, it makes it.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty. You guys support the monarchy over there or what?
no,
No?
Uh,
Anti-monarchy?
I-
but
No.
I do support the Allied powers.
I do support freedom. Okay. That's enough of that.
Hey, Britain,
Hey, we're not all.
that's him, not me. Okay.
Do we
I
have
love
any
you guys.
British like viewers?
Well, we probably won't
No,
now.
not now. Daniel Radcliffe,
That's
Emma
true.
Watson, Rupert Grint. I appreciate all y'all. Trying to think of another British guy that I can get out there.
Fish
Daniel
and chips.
Craig. Who's too British for me though? I want to give someone that's too British.
Michael Caine.
No, well, yeah, he's super British. Well, man, see, now I feel bad because I do like some British actors. I'll point out the ones I don't like at some point. I'll do a Google search.
Sean Connery.
Dude, no, I like Sean Connery. He's super Scottish, isn't that?
He's
Or-
Scottish.
or
Is he?
Scottish, yeah.
But again, that is the United
Part of the kingdom, yeah.
That's the kingdom.
I don't think the Scots want to be a part of the United Kingdom, right?
They
Isn't
don't.
that- I was about to
No.
say, yeah.
The only part of the because well, let me just tell you, England
Say, break
is a
this down for
country within a country. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Great Britain is honestly just the geographical island that England, and then I think it is what's the one up north? It's Scotland.
Wales.
I think Wales is the southern one. Either way, it doesn't matter. And then the United Kingdom is all of those countries put together.
I also still, well, we're getting on history now. The Commonwealth, how that Queen Elizabeth, before her passing, was, I mean, now whatever king. That guy's too British. That guy's too British. The current king is too British. Dude, yeah, that.
was
See,
gonna
and,
say,
that-
yeah.
and then his, like, just his snarl, and, like, his, like, you can tell that he still, and I don't care if he sees this, you can tell that he still thinks
We're gonna get MI6 on us. So
about
fast.
like he just views people as like peasants, and I know, and I don't care what anyone says. Him like doing the little like and get the pen, and then him snarling like not being able to work like an ink drawn pen from the 1600s, and then like oh
get a Bic.
it's on my suits, and
Just get a Bic.
dude's too British, too
You know what
British.
brought this up? Movies.
Movies. And then I just brought my own personal prejudice against, and I shouldn't. And I take it back as far as a whole country, but that guy's, he's just a jerk.
Too British.
He's just too much. Okay, comics and mangas.
Speaking of a
Moving
country we
right
do
along.
like,
Yeah, Japan. Now you need to look at Japan's what they're doing out there. Did you guys read any comics, mangas in 2022, or was it the year of not reading for
Yeah,
us?
I bought a bunch of books the year prior to 2021, and I have not read a single one. Complete Harry Potter collection.
Oh,
haven't
nice.
read a thing.
Nice. Okay,
Bunch of books at yard sales. Haven't read a thing.
we got
Nothing.
to find more time for us in 2023. We're so work focused.
I'm taking vacation this summer. It is confirmed.
You have to. You need to.
new year, new us.
Yeah, we absolutely have to. Mike, any comic mangas stick out to you?
Did not. I heard that the Nightwing run was pretty good. They had their
Mm-hmm.
100th issue, 100th issue this past week or week before. Haven't read anything.
See,
Just kind of.
and this will
out.
play into like later on, but superhero comics, as far as like the DC universe and like the Marvel universe, have like I've just dropped out so much just because I don't know. I don't know if like my interests are changing or it's not like new enough for me or it's like being
Yeah.
replayed. But as far as go ahead,
No, I'm sorry. It's almost like a hassle too,
yeah,
because if it's not good enough, it's like, well, the closest place I buy comics is in Marietta,
right.
and I live in Parkersburg, so just the time and that plays into it. But there's
It is.
nothing really
I ate my mic
interesting
there.
me.
The only comics I've read. It's a classic. I say it every year. I read Something Is Killing the Children. Still have that on my run. I tried the new Alice in Wonderland, where it's kind of like a psycho thriller. Like, is she actually back in Neverland, or is it's a little bit darker? Is she like dealing with like schizophrenia and like mental illness? Something Is Killing the Children is world growing and developing what they're doing, and it's it's done so freaking well. If you haven't had a chance to read that comic series, Boom does it. Boom is knocking it out of the park with every single thing they touch. But that is such a good comic run. The Clementine series for The Walking Dead released as a one-shot, as a trade paperback graphic novel, and I read that at the shop. I loved it. I know The Walking Dead came to an end this year. I kind of got out of the show aspect of it, but Clementine's always been my favorite character from the Telltale games to the comic series. They always do that freaking character so right, and it's so cool seeing her just develop, because what's cool about it is, like, you're literally seeing a character develop in real time almost. Like when Telltales came out, I think she was like a 4 or 5 year old kid, probably 6, a little bit older than that.
Yeah.
In the games, she's evolved, and now you're seeing her as, you know, an older teenager dealing with like more adult issues, still trying to survive in the world, and she's just a freaking survivor. Really, really cool concept. There's an Amish character, and that's really fun too. I like that guy. And then, man, it's the year of One Piece for me, man. The One Piece comic manga is incredible, man, and it's pushing towards the end of the series, and that's breaking my heart. But like, a lot of questions that you've been waiting for since the 90s are starting to get answered now in 2022, 2023.
Take your time, why don't you?
I will say Danny is right about One Piece. One Piece is very good.
It's, dude,
I'm like
thank you
5
for saying
episodes
that.
in, and it is just of the show, so not the comics.
Hold on to your pants, man. It's good.
But at first I was like, okay, who do
Yeah.
I need to pay attention to? And then I'm watching, I'm like, oh, like, this is just, I don't know, like, I guess with anime or things like that, sometimes I have to find who's important. It's not as obvious always.
Right.
But it's just a pretty cool concept. So.
It is, dude. It's fun.
And I love the intro. The intro
Dude,
gets
oh
me
my gosh,
every
yes.
time.
Everything they do is just a banger, man.
Yeah.
It's just super fun.
Who's your favorite character?
Zoro.
Zoro.
Rono is Zoro, man. Zoro, and then like, but
I knew it as soon as he popped up on the screen. I was
That's
like,
a Danny
that's
character.
definitely Danny's favorite character.
Billy Butcher, Zoros of the world. Dude, I think, and I'm really excited for you to take this journey. So, like, later on, so you're saying, like, oh, who's important, this and that. The characters you met in episode 1, even non-main characters, are going to be relevant in
Later on.
episode 1000.
So I already forget this one guy's
I can't
name.
even imagine
Who was
watching
the
1,000 episodes of
Oh, it's
one
crazy.
thing.
who's a smaller guy? He has pink hair. He joins the
Kobe.
Marine. Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Because he kind of leaves off, and then I was reading because again I was trying to keep up with it, and he wasn't part of the crew.
of the crew, yeah.
So I'm like, he was a pretty major character for the first 4 episodes,
And
and then
he continues to be a major character later on. And the cool thing about him, too, is you get to see him grow up and, like, try to, like, fill his dreams. So it's
okay,
like,
that is cool.
yeah, so it's like a parallel to Luffy, who's doing like the pirate path, but Kobe is a very important Marine character. Like
I
later
love
on,
his name, Monkey.
Kobe, Monkey D. Luffy, yeah,
Just what a
Monkey D. Luffy. Yeah,
Like,
it is,
what?
dude. And Rono or Zoro, who have you met? So have you met Nami yet?
no. They're getting off the Marine Island.
Oh, dude,
So I'm brand
super
new. I'm
cool.
in, but
super cool.
it's one of those things. I was like, I watched Danny's card.
Oh,
like,
the opening.
you know, he's going through, and I'm like, man, these are cool characters. And then I'm like, I'll give it a try. Like, and I
Okay.
watched it, and it got
have you
me.
watched any of the One Piece?
No, I have not.
You
It's
son of a
just
gun.
it's too daunting. Like 1,000 episodes. Like no, that's the reason why I've just barely gotten into like Supernatural.
Okay,
We're 5
okay.
seasons in, and I'm just like,
I want to give
can
Supernatural
we
a
get to the
shot.
Sword of Michael arc, please? Can we get to like the demons and like they're taking over towns and entire cities and like the apocalypse and
Right.
they just killed Lilith. So now all the
Spoiler.
seals are
Just kidding.
Super,
been out for 25 years.
Supernatural's been out forever and a day. If you haven't watched it, that's on you.
Spoilers.
Supernatural does look good. Same thing. A lot of like people come to the shop about Supernatural. And
It's
they're-
good. I enjoy it.
And they're
It's just
always
really daunting.
talking about the two brothers. Like, do you have any of this pops in? And spoiler to my people coming in comics and kicks.
Same.
I act like I know more than I do about this show. Your passion for that show has made me more passionate about it, but I don't know a lot about it. But it seems really cool
Hallie is like the resident expert.
because they
as
have a
far
cool
as I know.
car. They drive like a muscle car, right?
Yeah,
People are
it's-
always
I
asking
think
for
it's
that
a
pop.
Charger,
Yeah.
maybe like a '70s Charger, and then they have just rock salt everywhere and
This is random.
Bowie knives that are designed to kill demons but not kill the vessel that they're inhabiting.
That's
and
cool.
This is
Angel
random.
blades, and it's just.
But we have to go to Remix. We talked about this earlier. We
Oh,
have to
that,
go-
yeah,
When's the
yeah.
next show
I'd
for
really
that?
like to.
I think it's in March or April usually.
I'll have to look
They
at our
usually
schedule.
announce it, so I'm surprised they haven't already.
It'd be
But
funny, and I'll see if we could talk to him. Wouldn't it be funny to do like the podcast live
Oh
while
my
we're
God.
watching
Just
the freaking
the
show?
matches in the background.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to think, and I guess
Or
this
do a
kind of fits into
picture-in-picture.
the next
I'm
thing
gonna write
Danny
that
has here.
down.
But like TV, we watch sports, and I watch wrestling. That's pretty much it. On like, and then we leave it on for Humphrey during the day while we're gone. We don't really
What's
watch.
Humphrey watch?
Starts with a George Lopez show in the morning, into about
As it
4
should.
hours of Sheldon Cooper, and then
Wow.
and then Friends, and then back to Young Sheldon. So,
Okay, there we go.
so he gets a diverse rate, but I think it's funny each time I'm watching these guys on TV on Wednesdays, and it's like I was at the middle school watching, the Young Bucks throwing
Marietta Middle
energy
School.
drinks at people in the crowd.
Dude, I
So, and then AJ Styles, like,
Yeah.
just in WWE, no big deal. Just
found a picture of when I interviewed AJ Styles when he came to Remix. I'm in a green bandana.
I need to see this.
Went back.
pic.
I'll
That's-
get it.
yeah,
I'll
that's
get it
what
before I
does.
go. And he has this. I don't know if you guys remember his Ring of Honor days where he used to wear his
Yeah.
freaking toboggan like right
Yeah.
above his eyes. And we have a picture together, dude. And I'm like, and
That's
like you're
cool.
saying, like I just have it there. I showed it to Morgan. I'm like, this dude is like a WWE champion, and like he was just in Marietta, and we were talking to him.
Well, even like some of the people you didn't know, I was
Right.
looking through the card of the last one we went to. Like, Mickey James was there. Athena, who was Ember Moon in WWE, she was there. There were other, like Kevin Owens. Kevin Steen was supposed to be there, but I think that's when he had his one of his kids or his only child, whatever, had a baby, so he wasn't there. But like Adam Pearce, he works for WWE. Like literally, and that's some of them. Like I can go through. I'm like, that guy works here now. This guy works here now. Like it's so.
Bubba Ray
interest-
and Devon have been
Yeah.
there. Like the Dudley just
Like it's so interesting. Ray Phoenix and Penta were just there, and I'm so
They're
sad.
regulars. They're
I'm
regulars.
so sad that I'm
crazy. That'd be cool.
because like those guys are larger than life in Mexico and in other parts of the world, and Penta was just on Monday Night Football with when the
George
49ers
Kittle. Yeah, I saw
when they
that.
were playing in Mexico. He was there. I'm like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So.
dude, I would love to see an expansion team there. Also, like, I think I told you guys, I texted you this. Wrestling WWE does not hit for me anymore.
No.
There's nothing about WWE like that's. Because Cena was back, and I'm like, I'll watch a
Yeah.
Cena thing.
Cena
remember-
gotcha.
Yeah, he did. He
Gotcha.
did. I remember when Cena first came in, and like I remember him introducing to WWE, and like that was like the grand like my love for it. I think now I am more interested, like you were saying, in like the lucha style, more like I think AEW would probably be more my speed right now, or even like still Ring of Honor or like Japan. Like
Yeah.
I used to watch that a lot. I just can't get into the WWE storytelling right now.
Mercedes Monet just showed up in New Japan.
Did
Yeah.
she?
Signed a deal. Yeah.
Good
The thing with AEW wasn't a lull for a little bit post CM Punk's debacle, and
That's a word for it. Yeah.
yeah, that's a. But there's talks that he might not be completely gone. They're still figuring out what to do, and honestly, the elite like to troll, like Omega and the Bucks. They like to troll people, but I could also see that being a big thing. CM Punk coming back, and that's the thing with AEW. It's like, man, that could be like if that does happen, and it doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does, and that's like a really big
Right.
payoff. It's like, oh my gosh, this is all like the Japan show where they had it in Chicago last year. I was legit in the waiting room trying to get tickets to that.
That's cool.
Because I was like, I will drive to Chicago, watch this wrestling show, come home.
Go to work the next
Yeah,
day.
good for you. Like it is. So anyway, TV. To start off TV, that's one thing I'm still watching. but-
Wrestling. So TV, man. Do you have any? I'll go in the middle. I'll let you finish this off, Tanner. Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. It was freaking amazing. Did you guys watch
Still
that?
have not seen the last episode. I know what happens. I mean,
Have you seen? Did you watch
I'm
the
not-
original Game
not
of
a
Thrones?
Game of Thrones
Man,
guy.
it's everything about Game of Thrones, and they killed it.
Mhm.
The cast is
It was really
great.
good.
I thought I would hate the aging of the characters because it goes from like it's like
just-
decades. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And like they actually changed the actors. It was a little bit disheartening because I liked a lot of the early on actors, but honestly, I think it's great. The older actors play. It's just as intense and no holds bar as Game of Thrones was, and they're taking their time with it. It's like season 1 through 7 of the original Game of Thrones. It's hitting on all cylinders, and I'm super jazzed. I had to wait like 4 years for season 2, but super
As one does, yeah.
super jazzed about it. Man, the It Girl, Wednesday, man. I loved freaking
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna
is
Ortega.
killing
Please don't
it
date Pete
right now.
Davidson, but
Oh my God,
I
you know it's gonna happen.
I
now.
know it is, and I don't want it to happen because she seems so nice. I don't even hate Pete Davidson. I'm just tired of him. That was such. I like the Addams Family. Like that's like. I think a lot of people like. I think you're a Scooby Doo guy, right? You enjoy Scooby Doo. I think the Addams Family is like my version of like. I just remember the old animated series, the old school like live action movies, even the modern animated movies that like I watched with the girls. I really like the Addams Family. Super
Yeah.
fun. Stranger Things. It was a banger. Loved Stranger Things. I do not like Eleven's storyline anymore. I've really grown to like kind of be over that. But like everyone else, like Steve and Nancy and the other guys, Dustin and the whole crew, they're really carrying it. Will's haircut's funny. Vecna's a cool character.
Poor kid. Poor Will.
His haircut's
Kid can't
funny.
catch a
His
break.
haircut's pretty funny. Oh gosh. Tales of the Jedi on Disney Plus. Did you watch Tales of the Jedi? We just need
No.
to send each other what we need to watch.
I'm
I'm
gonna be
gonna
honest-
make that note right now.
I'll be honest. Star Wars: The Book of Boba Fett really just.
That was a tough one.
The
I don't
best
think-
watch, and I
episode
know
of
I
that
need to get through it because The Mandalorian is coming out.
Right.
But
The best episode of that show was The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
But-
and
And
It
like
just-
the dark
it
saber
really-
arc.
just early on, it's like he didn't have his helmet on, and I'm like, put your helmet on.
Put your
Boba.
helmet on,
Put it back on. And then he's doing things. I'm like, this guy's
he's
okay. Like I don't know. Like it just didn't do it for me. And honestly, The
Scooter
Mandalorian, the first
gang.
couple episodes,
I
I was
hate
like
those
that
guys.
too. But I just need to know what happens to The Mandalorian. I don't. Boba Fett, come on. Like I don't need that anymore.
Boba Fett, it was a real big like divergence from like the character of Boba Fett. Like he got eaten by the Sarlacc, and then he's like, "Oh, I better change my stuff."
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I don't need everybody to be a good guy.
Right,
Like,
no,
I
me
feel-
either.
I need like
I liked Breaking Bad because they were making meth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a good show. I liked liking Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, even though they were not good guys.
Yeah.
Like
I am the one who knocks.
But
I
that's the-
love that.
But that's the thing, like Married with Children, that old show. Like they're a terrible family.
My
but
wife
it was
hates that show.
Hilarious. It was
Right,
hilarious.
right.
Like, oops. Anyway, like I don't need everybody to be like, oh, let me do the right thing here.
right.
And Boba Fett, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're a bounty hunter.
Just
like,
be a hardcore bounty hunter.
Yeah,
You know,
like I don't need.
take over Tatooine if you want
Yeah.
to. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
You can do good things. Yeah, but
Yeah.
do some bad. Like I don't know. I don't need a.
Hunt somebody.
Yeah. Tales of the Jedi, to bring it back in, was like a prequel to what Count Dooku was with Qui-Gon, and then Ahsoka, like her early life. And then you kind of got to see her like develop right before Order 66. And then you got to see Dooku kind of go from a Jedi Master to like not dealing with the hypocrisy of the Jedi like order. And then like you finally saw like his break where he like was under Darth Sidious and like he, spoilers, kills like Yaddle. He kills Yaddle. And a lot of like it's just cool, and he's like no holds bar, and like I really like that character.
So I saw a thing that I think it was a TikTok. Someone's like, so Darth Maul, revenge made him stay alive, but Qui-Gon dies.
right. Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah.
Why is Qui-Gon just like?
Gone. Well, okay. Well, if you watch Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon's back to the universe now.
Yeah, I did see that.
As
Yeah,
a
I
Force
did see
ghost.
that. But like, why is he just like legit dead though? Like now he's a Force. Like
I think he had accepted more than Maul. Like Maul. So I think Qui-Gon was a really spiritual guy to where there was like a gray area. He didn't see things as like a light or a dark side. I think he was at peace with dying because he knew there was more to it afterwards. I think Maul's whole character is he's so scared. I think he uses scare and hate so much. Fear and hate. God, I can't talk. Fear and hate. But like that, the fear and hatred of Obi-Wan and then the fear of death, like just, I guess, imbued him with like immortality for like a long time.
out of the entire Star Wars series though, like everything, like Qui-Gon is by far my favorite.
Oh,
character.
Qui-Gon's
It
cool.
just-
I really
It just
love
makes me
Qui-Gon.
so mad that he's literally in one movie, and he does have ties and everything else, but like,
Right.
I don't know. Qui-Gon's my guy.
And the last one, I know you guys will appreciate this, and this was a highlight. Peacemaker. Man, Peacemaker.
Ah.
Peacemaker's amazing.
Peacemaker,
Peacemaker
was
is
freaking hilarious.
Another show
It
I
was
watched the
Best
intro
incredible.
content
every
DC has
Yes.
ever made.
Yes.
Do you really like each time?
I still have
I'm like, we
Wigwam
have
on
to
my
watch
Spotify.
this. Like we have to watch this.
I couldn't believe like John Cena really proved me wrong in what I thought he
John
was going to
Cena,
be.
He's a good actor. Like, have you seen him
Yeah,
in
I must be.
Blockers? Like,
What is it? No, I haven't seen him.
Oh
I
my
haven't seen
God,
him yet.
watch Blockers. It is
Vacation
hilarious.
Friends.
That
That's
one's a good one
another
too.
on Hulu.
He's so good at like comedic acting.
Dude,
His timing is impeccable.
So much fun.
Peacemaker, I will say my favorite character from that, like Peacemaker's great, but Vigilante.
Vigilante's
Vigilante.
so
Yep.
much fun.
Funny.
Dude. Oh my god, he's so much fun, dude.
Every character was great though, and oh my gosh, like I just cannot say how much I love that show's going to keep going on. I
Yes,
love that
it's
show
incredible.
so much.
They killed it. That's that's what the DC universe needs to be like.
Yeah.
Peacemaker's
That was
done
one of
so
the
freaking
shows
well.
that I got really worried about when Zaslav started like cleaning house. I was
Right,
like, oh, they're
right.
gonna cut Peacemaker.
And he
but no.
loved.
What a mistake.
I loved Peacemaker in the newest Suicide Squad movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought the dynamic between him and the other characters was great. And when I heard there was a show, I was like, how's that going to work? It was amazing. I love that show so much. I cannot.
yeah.
I watched that in maybe 2 days. I was like, that
it was.
hyped about
It's
it.
so freaking good.
We watched it weekly. I wish we would have binged it, but
We
watched it
we just
weekly.
hardcore binged it. I'm like,
Right.
because I can't do the weekly thing. I just always lose track. But when when it was all out, I was like watching it. It was oh my gosh,
I got
love
it.
that show.
I'm excited for it. I'll burn through this because I would have.
Last show, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is a great show.
The animated series?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I've
the
seen
new
it- I've
season
seen,
yet.
like,
I haven't seen the
I
new
will
episode
season
and a
say
half, it's pretty
it
good.
is by far because people are like, well, Velma's trying to do that,
Right.
and Harley Quinn
Spoilers,
is just
spoilers.
spoilers,
Velma's
spoilers.
not good.
Velma is
Don't
not
watch
good. It is
it.
not good.
If
at
you
all.
want a
But-
really good story driven Scooby Doo series, watch Mystery Incorporated.
Harley Quinn is so great though because it takes the characters and just tweaks them a little bit. Like
Right.
the idea that Gordon is like this drunk cop.
I
who
freaking
just-
think that's so much
He's
fun.
just
dude.
really worried about what Batman's thinking about.
like they're like yeah, I really like.
He's like, we're best friends, right? Can I ride in the Batmobile? Like, no. And then the idea of Batman being like so obsessed with Catwoman, and Catwoman's like literally a cat. It's like, I don't want anything to do. And then my favorite one is Joker being like a suburban dad. Like, he's like just living in the suburbs, just taking care of kids. He's like, yeah, I'm the Joker, but gotta make sure my kids get to soccer practice.
Oh my God.
It's the funniest thing.
Dude, that's a really. I got to see the new season. I
It's-
really like it.
It's well done. And that's another show. Like they're doing bad things, but
Right.
they occasionally like they're super villains. They're trying to be better
You're right.
super
Right,
villains.
right.
But it's still good. It's so good. I love it.
I like her squad too, like Clayface, dude, Killer Shark. Those guys are all pretty funny.
Even Dr. Psycho,
Doctor Psycho, yeah.
the way he gets in it, it's like not a feminist. Like yikes! Like
I do like Harley Quinn. I got to see the new season. Poison Ivy's fun in it too.
she's a character. When we were talking about Batman characters, I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more of Poison Ivy.
like a live action Poison
Yeah.
Ivy. That would
And
be super.
I think the reoccurring theme is like, how am I a villain? Because I'm just caring about the environment. I love that throughout the show.
point.
It's
You're
like,
right.
I'm not even a villain technically.
point.
I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm
just-
I care about plants.
the CO2 emissions you guys are doing are pretty bad. I don't know if we should keep doing that.
Fighting ozone.
Man,
But-
I really would like to see another live action Poison Ivy, dude. That'd be super fun.
One of my
Get Uma
underrated
Thurman back
characters.
in.
I like Uma Thurman.
I don't really like Uma Thurman.
Really?
I never. As a Pulp Fiction fan,
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's
like your favorite movie.
She's my
yeah.
least favorite person. In
Character, really?
Yeah,
You don't like
I
female leads? You don't like
No, I love female leads. I just don't. For whatever reason, Uma Thurman is just not my. Like
Not
you
your
were
cup of
mentioning,
tea.
yeah, like you were mentioning about actors and directors. She's just.
Maya Hawke, another actress that cannot miss right now.
I like Maya Hawke. a
Oh,
lot.
killing
Yeah,
it.
she's doing a really
Ethan
good
Hawke
job.
too.
Day Armas.
Handsome Hawk.
Yeah.
Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas. Yeah.
Killing
Oh man,
Killing
she
it.
is such a
Yeah.
good actress.
Killing
Yeah, God.
Yeah, she's great.
She was in War Dogs with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill. She did not know English. So all of her lines of dialogues were she learned phonetically. She just learned how to say those lines in English. She didn't
Wow.
know any English at all
Good for
except
her,
those
man.
lines.
Good
She's
for her.
awesome.
And then there were like script rewrites, and she started freaking out. Her publicist started freaking out, so they had to like change stuff, and she had to relearn lines. It was crazy.
We're doing a skit, dude. We got to do something like that. I'm so into it. I wanna get- Okay, anime. I'm gonna burn through this, dude, because it's gonna be. You guys are not gonna be
I
surprised
got
by
one.
anything.
I
The
got
One
one
Piece.
that I'm excited
The
about.
One Piece we already
Well,
talked
a
about,
couple,
but One Piece.
One Piece, killing it.
great.
Do you have an anime that you want?
Yes, my brother sent me a TikTok the other day about an anime called Go Go Loser Rangers,
Go lose.
and it.
List.
I'm gonna show you guys after this.
Go.
Basically, it's like anime Power Rangers,
Right.
but they're evil. So they're kind of like the Psycho Rangers,
Okay.
but it's gonna speak.
So it's
to
a
me.
comedy kind of. Or
I
is
don't
it
know.
like,
I
or is it
can't
just
get the vibe from the trailer.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna be unique for sure. I just don't know what.
Where's he watching it? Is it like a Funimation Viz thing?
I
or
think
like,
it's on Crunchyroll. I think it's a
Crunchyroll.
manga originally.
Really? Dude,
And
that
they're
always
adapting
surprises
it.
me. Like Japanese names to like their mangas are like just so straightforward
Mm-hmm.
too. Like, oh, the toilet monster, or like reincarnated as a slime.
They even have like their own Sentai name. I can't remember what it is. I read
That's
it, but
cool. Good for those
um,
guys.
it's not like whoever runs the Sentai, not Koei. I think
Saban?
it's Koei. No, not Saban. It's the Japanese company.
Oh, the
Toei.
It could be Toei Animation.
I don't think it's like canon for them, but yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then you mentioned the new Gundam, Witch of Mercury.
Dude, oh my god.
might
Yes.
might jump me back into Gundam,
No,
which is not an
you will-
obsession I need to
Tanner.
get back into.
Tanner.
You
a big
will
Gundam
love
guy.
it. You
I-
will love it.
I'm still sitting on a
We'll put
perfect
Gundam
grade wing
stuff.
Gundam 144
You-
scale that I need to build.
I'm gonna say something pretty brash. I think it might be better than Gundam Wing, and I'm the biggest Gundam
Wow.
Wing fan that you'll ever.
Have you
meet.
seen Endless Waltz, the movie?
Yes,
Oh my
yes. It was
God.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
The Heavy Arms custom suit is one of my favorite suits of all time.
It was beautiful.
I would kiss the Heavy Arms on the mouth.
Oh, dude. Oh, I don't have them out, but yeah, they're
the
releasing
fully
all the
loaded
original.
with the shoulder pads flipped open,
Oh,
knee
it's sick.
pads flipped open.
Super sick. I'm a Death Cloak guy, Death Scythe Gundam or Gundam Hell. But dude, this is so it's My Hero Academia to start with Gundam,
Mhm.
but it then later on it's very dark first episode. It kind of cheers up. The cast is really cool. 2 female leads.
Do you
Which
know if they're new types? Do you know what that means?
no, what
New
do you-
types mean they're like basically born to be Gundam pilots.
Okay, so
They have like increased skills. Like Hiruyui is a new
right,
type.
right. I would say yes but they're called witches now.
Okay.
So instead
Okay.
of the Gundam as the machine itself, it's worrying about the gun to format, which is
Okay.
essentially like you have to have like increased endurance to do. So all Gundams are banned now in this universe because they kill their users. So it's almost like Darling. Have you watched Darling the Franks?
No.
So it's very similar to that.
There was a character like that in Iron Blooded Orphans, the main character.
Okay,
Like
okay.
every time he would like try to push his limits and
Right.
what was the name of it? The I can see it, Barbados.
Okay.
The suit would like fight him back, and he would have like blood coming out of his
So
eyes and
it's
ears. and
similar to
nose.
that, but like Sleda Mercury, who's the main character, does not have any like negative impacts from her Gundam. Her Gundam's name's Ariel. It's like a very classic looking Gundam with like the original white, blue, red, yellow kind of colorway.
Sick.
But it has like a gun format. It's almost like the Gundam now has like more sentience than it has like previously. But dude, it starts off so cool, like My Hero Academia, but then it gets so dark and it deals with like capitalism, racism, sexism, just like terrible things that like happen in the world. And then like the last episode, dude, is just so dark that I'm like, wow, this is completely different. And it turns into like a Gundam like you're used to. Like it's not just like kids anymore. It's like Sleda Mercury has to use her Gundam.
Spoiler.
Is this on Crunchyroll or anywhere?
Yeah, you can watch it on Crunchyroll. Dude, it is well in the animation, they must spend so much money on each episode.
They have to.
It is so clean, dude. And that's something like I've not been like nitpicky my entire like but like now I've really noticed it that I'm older. Like the animation scene to scene is just like beautiful, dude. The characters are unique. They have like a presence to them. It's really, really good. Chainsaw Man.
Is that the? Yeah.
Yes,
I think I know what you're
Chainsaw
talking
Man
about.
is the anime for anybody, even if you don't watch anime, dude. It is like a horror comedy, and it's so in touch with pop culture and modern day, like everything. The intro to that is a play off of like 12 different movies, including Pulp Fiction and including like the Sam Jackson scene, including like The Ring, all these like horror movies. Everything's a play. The Great Lebowski. It's like a play on all that.
very
And like Denji's the main character, but Denji's like the main character if the dude down there that's like broke would be a main character. He's just a kid. He fights devils in this world, but he doesn't care. He does a lot of stuff just because he likes pretty girls, and he's like broke. So like he'll do that stuff, and he just like does stuff for like money, and they don't shy away from like cursing. Like I'm a fan of dropping the F-bomb, and they drop the F-bomb in this anime, and I'm like, yeah, that's what it needs. And then the biggest surprise of the year, and it's changed my whole thing, and I'll get through this one quick. Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix.
I need to give that a watch.
Wow, the best self-contained anime that I've ever seen. It's incredible.
Have you seen the Arcane?
I have not. I need to. With Jinx,
I've
and
heard
this,
that's right up there.
yes, I need to. The voice acting in this, the characters in this, the world building. This is everything Cyberpunk wanted to be when it first released, and it more so is now. But man, it is such a relatable, fun cast. I wish they would do more with it, man. It's probably. It's my top 3 anime ever. It's literally cracked that. It's wild.
I wish the game was that good.
So the game's gotten better. I played through the game.
It's
and
getting DLC, so
Right.
they're supporting it.
I'm with it now, dude. I dove into the game after watching that. I downloaded it, played as V, played all the way through it, and there's a lot of positives to it. I think if they would have been like this from day one, you know what I'm saying? It would be where it is. But I played it the other day.
So
actually.
those trailers that came out were just like, this game is going to be my life for 10 years. Like what everybody thinks Skyrim is, like
Right.
that would have been.
Bethesda, make a freaking Skyrim game.
Starfield's
and
coming out this year.
They have to, man. I
and
want to go
then
kick that door down.
I think the next one they're going to do is Elder Scrolls 6, and then I'm assuming another Fallout.
Dude, if they don't do Elder Scrolls 6 by 2024, I promise you I'll start writing nagging letters.
Year of letters.
The year of letters, that'll be 2024.
I'm gonna call ESO 6 2026
I think so too.
at the earliest.
I think so too.
Unfortunately,
New year, new me.
I mean they've got like multiple teams, but
You can't leave a
you
game
need an
franchise
all hands on deck on
for
Elder
what? Like
Scrolls.
it's been like 11 years now since Skyrim.
2010, I think, is when Skyrim came out, something like
I'm
that.
so disappointed. So disappointed. But yeah, those One Piece, Gundam, Witcher Mercury, Chainsaw Man, Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. If you're any of those, you can jump into. Probably outside of Gundam Witch. If you're not even an anime fan, I think you'd be fans of the other 3. Gundam Witch, you had to be like a mech anime fan, I think. But it's
Give
a really
me
well
all the
done.
mechs.
Oh, dude, give them all the mechs.
The new Armored Core that From Software is going to do, sign me up. I don't care
Right.
what it is. Give-
Just put me in it.
it could be the next, Dark Souls with Gundam suits, but
Yeah.
I don't like Bloodborne and like
Right.
Dark Souls games. I just can't do it. But if it's got mechs in it, yeah, sure. Sign
So
me up.
I'm not a good enough gamer.
If I can get
to
a
be good at
Gatling
those.
gun on one arm and then missile silos on my shoulder, yeah, sign me up, sure.
See, that's cool. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, guys. Anime has dominated this. Well, here we go. Collection. What'd you guys pick up in 2022? That what's the biggest additions? What encapsulated, I guess, your 2022 collection?
I went on like a collection freeze for like the first time.
Yeah, I think we did too. Yeah.
We're doing our master's degree and saving up for that. So then once the fall rolled around, I got back in the swing of things. And I will say some of the cooler things I got, the DC Bombshell statues.
Yeah, those are really nice. I like those.
Go watch those unboxings.
Those
Yeah,
are fun.
on our YouTube, watch them. More people, please. Anyway, content.
Content.
And,
Go follow our
and,
TikTok.
And the All Elite crates, getting those. I accidentally, and I'll mention this later, I'll explain more later, but I accidentally purchased one when I meant to stop the subscription. And I got it, and those are always really cool. You get a signed 8x10
That's
of a random
cool.
wrestler. The shirts, which I actually have one on now underneath this, the shirts are worth the price alone. But one of I got to chase like one of the rubber figures
That's
of
cool.
Thunder Rosa, so that alone made it worth it. So a lot of the wrestling stuff, the Street Fighter Elite figures.
You've been picking it up. You even had some Black Series, I feel like, this year, too.
I got back into Star Wars, and that was Blake making me buy those things. I was like, these are all really cool, but I don't want to buy all of them. She's like, we're gonna buy all of them. I was like
Treat
no.
yourself.
Treat yourself.
I was like, it's Christmas, and she's like, yeah, it's Christmas. I'm
Merry
like,
Christmas.
okay.
Merry Chrysler.
Some of the Star Wars stuff. Honestly, I'm just at a weird spot because, like, we were talking
Right.
off screen. I am running out of room. I don't have enough space.
It is tough.
So I don't want to put it in my basement. So I'm thinking about starting to get into cards, but I also don't know
Like, where to begin. It's almost like...
which one to choose. Like, go back to Pokemon for the 8th time.
I think
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can't go wrong with Pokemon. Like it's
Magic, like-
steadfast at this
I
point.
think
I know, but I
Magic
don't-
would be overwhelming, I think.
I don't want to be like
Oh, God.
that.
I
Like,
don't even want to go down.
there's a
that
lot of
rabbit hole.
Pokemon people. Like,
Yeah, you could be...
I like Pokemon, but
You
I don't-
could
Start
collect
collecting One
dice.
Piece, man.
Yeah, even One Piece. Yeah, so like One Piece, again, content. Watching
Yeah,
Danny's.
yeah.
So I even thought about that, but I don't know,
Dude,
like,
we should film a video of just you going to the Walmart card section and then taking it all in. So when they're stocked, they really are stocked like nicely with. So like they'll have like your Digimon, your Yu-Gi-Oh, your Pokemon, your Magic, and your sports, dude. Like even like the different sports. Like I got some Star Wars cards this year too. Yeah, I hope you get into trading cards this year.
I just don't know again which one. And as a kid, it was Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh,
Right.
like nostalgia, but.
Dude, they do DC cards.
Trading cards. I looked at that,
and
too.
I bought a few of them here recently. I'll pull up the app actually.
And I was still hesitant to do that because I'm like, it.
I had to delete it to save videos. I can't have anything.
Content. But even that, I'm worried about because it's something I want it to keep going. Like Pokemon will never go away. Yu-Gi-Oh,
Right.
will that go away? You know, like it's still been around, but
Red Hood DC
Yeah,
cards.
I saw
they're
those. Those are
sick.
cool.
The Batman cards on these, all
we'll
of
see.
these,
That's gonna make me
Oh,
want to
wow.
get into it.
they're super cool. This is a common, so it's
no,
like
put
but
that
like,
away.
dude.
Put that away.
And then you can scan them in to the app, which is just a play to get.
Dang it! But
It's super crisp, but the artwork on some of these, and you can get like sketch cards. And
yeah.
different things like that.
Oh no. See, I wish you wouldn't have showed me that. 'cause,
Yeah, put that
like
away.
that's more up
Put
my
it away.
alley. But at the same time, how long's it gonna be around? That's my
Yeah.
worry.
And that's a pricey
Because
that's a
you-
hit everything.
Yeah.
You got to go up against the Titans. You know, you got to go up against Wizards of the Coast with Magic and
Right.
Pokemon Co. and Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just,
See, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think struggling. That's why they're doing that re-release.
Yeah.
But I think that's gonna help out a lot because it's nostalgic.
I was looking at I was doing my research because I was like, which one do I get in?
Mm-hmm.
And Yu-Gi-Oh! As a kid, honestly, I probably enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards more than Pokemon.
Right. Did you play the game too?
Attempted. Yeah.
See, I played.
we could
Yeah.
never figure it out. Like
Yeah.
my brother and I
attempted
tried,
to
but we
before
couldn't.
it got banned at the
Right.
after school education center. But
or went underground.
yeah, but yeah, I always, for whatever reason, I was more of a fan of the cards of Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
than Pokemon, and I don't know why, which is weird because I had more Pokemon stuff and
Right.
played more of the but that's because there was more. So I don't know. Like
I hope you get into
I'll
it.
figure it out.
I hope you
Gosh.
become a DC Bombshell statue guy, just through and through.
I
and
have
if
to get all.
Those are sick.
That is my life goal. Like, and there's some that are like $500.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm like the Batman and Catwoman. I'm like, oh
Right.
my gosh, I gotta find a new job. Like,
Well, guys, I put my 2 weeks in.
I gotta find a new job. That's pretty pricey. Like,
I think though with that, the thing with the bombshells, dude, I've seen a couple like instances at being at like a convention where I've seen a good bombshell statue that's at a ridiculous price.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a ridiculously solid price. I think that'll happen for you. I think I
hope
genuinely.
so. Well, the ones I've got, it's been because I'm just scrolling through and they're all around like 120,
Oh,
120,
easy.
120.
That's how I got that Babstar Batgirl statue
And
at the last.
That was a what, River City?
River
or
City,
something?
yeah, Marietta.
it's like all 120, 120, and then I saw the one for the Batgirl, and it was from Canada, and it was
That's
like
Canadian.
$80
Yeah.
before shipping, and it was like, okay, like I'll do that, and that was like the one I really wanted. And then the Mira, some other guy saw another one. I was like putting my watch
Right.
list, and I saw this one, and the box was a little roughed up, and
But with statues, you never keep those in the box, really. You know what I mean?
no.
They're all out.
So even that, I was like, I
Give
got
it.
it for like $60. I was like, okay, so
Anytime you can get a solid statue like that for $60,
and
that's a steal.
they're amazing too. So yeah, I'm not gonna pay.
right. The
120
Halloween Batgirl you got is, dude. I
It's-
love that so much.
I geeked out so hard. I made like an unboxing for that one, and I was like so nerdy. I was like, I gotta delete this. This is so bad. I was like, I mean, there's like parts of me where I'm going like,
It's cool though, dude. It is genuinely a really cool statue. I really want you to get. I love the. I'm living vicariously through you. I really like your collection is my collection. I like the Hawk Girl that has like the jetpack
Yeah.
kind of vibe to it. I really like that design. too.
honestly, all of them. Like, not a Bumblebee person. Don't
Oh,
even
I
know a lot
forgot
about.
about Bumblebee,
But her's
yeah.
the cheerleader. Starfire, the fire
Fire.
department.
Yes. Yes.
The what's the other one I really like? Huntress playing the guitar.
yeah. No.
I
the,
mean,
the Black
it's-
Canary has one. I think
Yeah.
too, as like a
A
50
singer,
style.
yeah. Like they're all just really cool, and it's like back from that era. So, oh my gosh, I just love them.
I love that too. Year of 2023, finding.
New content,
New
and new
content.
collections. Let me know which cards I should buy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
honestly, let him know what cars to get
Yeah,
into.
help
That's a
me
really
out.
that's a good one.
Oh, help me out, please.
2022 was One Piece through and through for me. I got into the statues. I got a whole One Piece display case over there. The One Piece trading cards. Yeah, easily the best trading cards. I'm gonna say it, best trading cards of 2022. People didn't
Even more so than like the cryptid.
Metazoo.
Yeah, Metazoo.
Yeah, Metazoo has.
Did that come and go?
No,
like,
Metazoo's still
unfortunately?
here,
Okay.
and I think, but they've got to be careful not to oversaturate. I think what made Metazoo incredible the first 3 lines was, it was new. You're feeding it, and I know that what they're trying to do is now, hey, you guys love it. Let's keep giving
But
it
if
out.
you do that, it's going to ruin it.
It's gonna ruin it. So I would be very cautious with that because the Metazoo prices on a lot of their cards have significantly dropped. But they are doing a lot more different things. Like I have a Metazoo pen up there. They're doing they did a collaboration with Bear Walker and they're doing like a skateboard series. I would just be cautious. Steve Aoki is really leading that, and I think he has a fan base that's gonna keep it pretty steady anyway. But yeah, One Piece, dude. Everything One Piece was 2022 for me. I even bought the freaking One Piece Odyssey game, and I'm enjoying that. Cards. It was a trading card game. Like the shop has opened up the world of just fun things coming in. Like I really upped my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, my Pokemon card collections. It was probably my best year. Umbreon Alt Art is in here, and that was thanks to Tanner and Hallie as well.
That was something we pulled. She pulled.
Yeah,
She pulled that. For some reason, she gets just the best beginner's luck.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Like every
for her,
pack,
dude.
I'll have 2 packs, and she'll pick the one that has the
right.
It has the full art in it.
It's incredible, dude. I love that. And then Morgan got me a CGC subscription to grading, and now I am hooked on graded cards, man. This is my Japanese Blastoise from when I was a kid. Literally, I had this from
Wow, that's clean for
the
a
CD
kid. Wow.
promo. Yeah, 9.5. I
Dang.
kept this in the sleeve.
Pocket Monsters.
Same thing with like everything. And now I just sent out 20 more cards to CGC.
I see. Well, are those ones?
So those ones are some graded ones too. And then I have a whole box in there. And then I have some more displayed over there on the shelf. But like that's so cool. I just like encapsulating.
Not that anybody who saw what I pointed out, but
these guys. Yeah, it's true. But
people
that
on this side could see.
and then I really slowed down on a couple things. Like I really slowed down on Black Series. I'm very like particular. I'm more of like an Ahsoka focused like Black Series person right now. Trying to look around at what else I grabbed. It was trading cards. I even have like Fortnite trading cards now. I've been playing Fortnite more than I'm proud to say. And I bought some Adventure. I'm still a big Adventure Time guy. I bought some autographed Adventure Time cards and some of the original sealed like Cryptozoic stuff. So a big trading card, big One Piece. And I started a little bit more into like autographs. I got like the Nami voice actress. I got her autograph on a pop from Plastic Empire. But collecting, it's still been a passionate year. But I had to be more selective because, like you're saying, space is now. I don't know what else I can do. I mean, genuinely, it's really tough.
Yeah. It makes me. Oh my gosh, I'm just so sad because there's a whole lot of stuff you want and you can't.
Yeah.
can't
I really want to bring. This is gonna break everyone's heart at C&K. I want to bring Darth Maul home so bad. I want to bring that dude. I just want to stand. Just want him to overlook me while I'm doing stuff. But no, dude. Collecting outside of the space available for it was really strong in 2022 for me.
The cards though, when the video's up on Comics and Kicks YouTube
Right.
with Brandon, I'm excited.
Oh, dude, that crazy. We had a 75.
I was looking for that link.
I
last night. I was like,
legitimately-
"Where's the link? I want to watch that."
I just sat
It's
there,
uploading right now, actually.
The One Piece video. I legit watched the whole thing, and it was almost like a relaxing thing where I was like, "Oh, that's a cool card. That's a cool card."
I love watching like
It's-
pack pulls and stuff like
It's
that.
really nice, and we did the over-the-shoulder look again, which I was really happy how that turned out. I think I opened 27 packs, and 21 of them were full art hits. So it was a 75% pull rate for me, which is like
I think my brother might have got some of those too.
he did
I'll have
get
to
some
check in
crowns
with
in it.
him.
Yep. So it was
wouldn't
incredible.
surprise me if he streamed it.
We got some secret rares. We got the alt art, like legendary dogs. We got it was wild. And Brandon got some really strongs. He got a gold Dialga or
Did you
Palkia.
order these off Target?
I literally
Amazon?
went and bought them. Literally
At Walmart?
yeah, because I was kind of disheartened from Evolving Skies because the reprint for that was like.
So you bought everything Walmart?
Yeah, no, I did not. I only bought 2 for myself and then two boxes.
That just reminds me. There was this guy at Walmart one time. He was almost embarrassed. He had like pretty much all he could put in the cart.
He
and
should be
It wasn't just
Yeah.
Pokemon, but he had like pretty much the entire card section. He goes, "This is for me." And I was like, "Cool." Like I don't,
I
dude.
would- I would-
no.
man, I
Like
don't
you
know.
do what you
There's
want.
there's a
bro.
rival in here, and I know I say it every year, dude.
We run in the same circles.
Tell me who you are, man. Tell me who you are. Quit being a coward.
It was so funny because I saw the guy and he's like,
It might be
"Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If
I'm
you're
like, no, like I don't care.
If you're the guy that bought all the One Piece cards, you're a piece of
They
crap.
have One Piece cards at Walmart.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I'm going
Well,
to
don't
Walmart.
tell that guy. He bought them all.
He knows now.
He
Well,
cleared
this will
it.
take a few days.
Yeah, he cleared out 2 sections.
Might be
So,
next week.
I'm going to
Who
Walmart
knows?
right after
Yeah.
this. Right
I have-
now, I'm gonna make this decision as soon as which
Right.
card collection.
It doesn't matter. But dude, he bought them out, and all that was left was the One Piece box where the vendor puts them in there. He bought out from every Walmart in the area. So the only way I got English One Piece cards were when we went to Great Wolf Lodge in Cincinnati. I stopped at a local card shop, and they happened to have them behind the register, and the guy was nice enough. He's like, "Yeah, we can do that."
I saw the Crown Zenith like Target and
Yes.
Amazon and Walmart. They all have. But
Crown Zenith is a really, really solid.
is that the newest one?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
and it's the last one for the Sword and Shield era. So after this, it goes to Scarlet and Violet. So this is the last chance. And I also heard that they're not going to be doing any more reprints of the Sword and Shield era. So if you are a Pokemon collector and you want to scoop those up, I would scoop them up now.
I just came across my random stack of Pokemon cards we had of when Pokemon was going through the anniversary.
Those are fun, dude.
Yeah. I was like, man, I have way more than I thought I did.
Get you a binder.
Yeah.
All right, collection.
Let's see. I'm still trying to fill out the NCAA football collection. I picked up 09 with Darren McFadden on the cover. This would have been probably a couple months ago. Found 98 with Charles Woodson on the cover
Okay, that's a good
at
one.
Rinks for like $6, I think. That's a fair price, I think. The jewel case was a little banged up, but it's on the back side, so you can't really see it. I think my next venture after I complete the NCAA football collection, I'm going to move into the NCAA March Madness games.
Okay.
Pick up those because I think for the most part, all the older ones are relatively cheap. Once you get into like the 360 PS3 era, they start to bump up $75, $80. Hopefully we can find those at some yard sales this summer. Trying to think, just got the Blue Ranger helmet
That's a cool helmet. I
from
really like that.
from Hasbro for Christmas. Shout out my lovely wife for that.
No problem.
She also she also got me Nightwing's Eskrima sticks from the Arkham
those are
series.
nice. I saw those. Yeah, those are cool.
Their LEDs light up. Trying to think what else I got into. Just got recently I've been buying shoes. Got a pair of New Balances.
I like what you're doing.
The yellow New Balances,
like what you're doing.
all yellow.
I do think
and then
it's fun. New Balance. Just that's the dad shoe. Not
So-
that, not the picture that Tanner sent us.
Yeah.
Tanner sent us a picture. They are not. Like
I'm a
the-
New Balance guy with they're trying to get out of that dad.
They're just I don't know. I think it's the sole for me. They're just a little too stiff. Like I wore them
Really?
for a game night, JV varsity game, and after that my feet were like throbbing even
What
with
style
my
did you
insoles.
have?
I have to look. I don't remember.
I will say that my dad doesn't buy the New Balance, but he buys the Air Monarchs.
Yeah,
the
Oh,
Nike.
those are the quintessential dad
He
shoes.
buys
Yeah.
I love
those.
that.
Just each pair is the same one. I'm like,
Nike knows what it's doing too. They're like, hey, this is for that.
this
that
is for that
demographic.
dad. You know, like we.
And then last
him
night,
covered.
my wife texted me when I was at the basketball tournament. She goes, "Your shoes came in. And they look nice."
They're sick, dude.
And they were the
Questions.
Iverson Solutions.
Solutions.
I think
Yes.
they're the Solutions.
Can I say something about shoes?
White, purple,
I
and
bought
gold.
like 2 pairs of Kyrie's, and I'm really mad about.
Did you really?
Well, not recently.
Oh yeah, I thought that you bought 2 new. Okay.
So here you go. Break the mic while you're in it. There you go.
But that's how mad I am. You know, like you had to go and what are we doing? Like I
Right.
can't wear those now.
I catch myself with that sometimes too. I tried rocking a couple like I really like I did that whole one piece freaking shoe thing too. Blazers,
sick
man.
video.
Nike Blazers I've been really into. Like they're like high tops, but I can tuck them and they just look nice. I really like the Reebok way you're going, dude, because you can get a lot.
I
of those
haven't
purple
tried
and
them
gold.
on yet. Those will probably be another game day only shoes, like my
You
my
cross
Nike,
somebody up in those
my Nike
things.
Pegasus LSU team shoes from 3 seasons ago.
What size shoe are you in,
10s.
dude? I might whip out the Shack Attacks for you to wear one day. They're the LSU
Dude.
Shack Attacks. They're the purple and gold.
sign
the
me
pumps
up.
too.
I'll
They're
wear
dope.
'em.
Did it to him.
If we make it to Charleston
Stunt on
again,
'em.
Oh,
sign
dude.
me up.
Oh, I swear that. Oh, if we make
Sign
it
me
to
up.
hell, heck yeah.
I'll put on whatever shoe you want me to wear.
No, that'd be cool.
Hallie doesn't like the fact that I'm dipping my toe back into sneakerhead territory.
Dude, it's a fun.
Because like I told you guys, I was going back through all of my old basketball
Yeah,
shoes, like
yeah.
the Shox Lethal, the Jermaine O'Neals.
Vince Carter had a sick pair of
I
shoes.
had a pair of VCs in 8th grade or 7th grade. Nike Shocks, just all of those Nike Shock era shoes.
Dude, they
were
look
so
good.
sick.
I would say this about Shocks though, dude. Shocks were the male equivalent of heels, dude. I rolled my ankle in Shocks
See,
every day I wore.
You know what?
pair
That's a
of
good
Shocks.
point. That's a fair point. Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think
they're
all my
beautiful,
ankle
and I
sprains.
love Shocks. But dude, my ankles are weaker because I wore
I-
those
I
Shocks.
think it's
Yeah.
because the lift in the
Yes,
heel.
absolutely.
It makes you unstable. To nerd out a little bit on anatomy and physiology, you have what's called loose packed and hard packed joint scenarios. So loose packed is when your joint is the most unstable. So in your foot, loose packed is in plantar flexion in your ankle. Dorsiflex is when your foot is pulled back towards you. That's hard packed. So it kind of puts your foot in a naturally plantar flex position.
Science.
I like the science. I like,
Yeah.
Science.
So there's your anatomy lesson for the day.
You mentioned Darren McFadden earlier. I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting older because I mentioned to Darren McFadden to shout out to Peyton Oliver if you're watching this. He was doing I think he was doing like the clock for me at one of our basketball tournaments, and I mentioned something about how my calves, no matter how much I lift them, look like Darren McFadden, and it just went over everyone's head there. And then I remember looking around and asking a couple people, like, "Do you remember Darren McFadden?" They're like, "Who the hell is Darren
He was a
McFadden?"
stud at Arkansas.
And I was like, man, that guy was a game changer. But like the big defining physical feature was that he had always really small legs, but he was just ran so powerful and like
Yeah.
fast.
He ran upright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That hurts the soul. And I want to touch base on this too. What is a collection grail for you, Tanner? Because I know you're probably the most bargain hunter.
well, that reminds me another grail for Hallie we picked up from you, the legitimate Scream Funko.
Oh, dude,
Ghostface.
I'm glad that happened. I'm glad that happened
But
for you
what
guys.
about you?
Well, I want to get into the story of that. So Danny texts me, "Hey, I got it." Sends
Yeah.
me a picture, and I'm like, "That's legit." So I'm like, "How much is it?"
Only legit at C&K.
This is true. This is true. Danny did the verification himself. Yeah, got it. And then what happened after that kind of threw a kink in the plans, but it was fine. Danny posts a picture of it on the C&K
For content.
Facebook, just for content. Yeah.
It really was.
Content.
And the tag was like, "We got some really good grails in today," and Hallie sees it and she's like, "It's sold." You're telling me he sold that to somebody other than us, even though he knew we're looking for it? And I kind of played it off, tried to play it off,
No,
tried to
that's-
play it
that's
off.
fair.
And that night we were driving somewhere, and she goes, "You're the one that bought it, aren't you? Aren't you?" And I can't. I don't have a poker face anymore. I just can't. So I'm like, "Yeah, I got it."
It was me.
She's like, "How much was it?" I was like, "I don't think you want to know."
Let's keep that detail
Yeah.
to ourselves.
She's like, "No, I know how much this thing's worth. You need to tell me." And I was like,
So,
"It's 300."
I do have a funny story about that as well. But my coaching money for golf this year,
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to buy Blake something nice. Well, I did. I bought her a new ring, and then she was like, "Well, I need to buy you something." So she bought me a PlayStation 5. so it was
Man.
like almost like if I wouldn't have bought her that ring, I might not have got a PlayStation.
What a game changer. There are certain collection pieces. I'll say this, man. Shameless plug for C&K. We've been getting.
Is it at this point? I mean, it's
I
just
don't
your
think it is.
lifestyle.
No.
It's
I
don't
just
think
this
it
is what
is,
we
though.
do.
It is. It has blown my mind some of the grill pieces we've gotten, like Funko wise, as far as like autograph Funkos, the higher end Funkos like the Scream. We got in the WrestleMania 26 Darth Vader, or not Darth Vader, Jesus Christ. The Undertaker, he's Darth Vader. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels retirement match. We got a piece of the ring rope and an Undertaker
That's what that
autograph on
was.
it. Earlier this year, we got a Robert Downey Jr. Stan Lee signed autograph Iron Man mask, dude. And it like blows my mind locally
How people have
what's
those.
out there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like in this area.
Someone's probably got an NWC cart somewhere.
Oh, dude,
Hopefully.
there's some wild
want it.
collections just locally here in our area that like blow me away. Like I always get concerned, like, oh man, I'm gonna keep pulling in good collections, and then someone new comes in,
Yep.
and it just blows
Never
my mind.
fails.
What happens here? You know what I mean? Like, it's
Stuff's still out there.
it really is. It's genuinely, it's still out there.
That's what gives me hope for yard sales. Stuff's still out there.
I-
You just have to
I'm
kind of
not a
ask
bargain
little
guy
bit.
though. You guys are more bargain guys than me. I will overpay for things.
See,
I want.
I've started just to pay for what I want because
Yeah.
I can't. I realize I'm not going to be able to find it at that like
Yep.
discounted price.
If it's not obscenely overpriced, like when the AEW figures came out, I was like, I'll pay $10 extra,
Right,
Because I
right.
really want these ones.
Right.
But no, like going to yard sales for me is almost like a chore. I will say
God,
though,
we love
comic
it.
conventions when
Eat
we
it up.
do like the when we go to those things, those are more of when I bargain a little bit. But
Right.
if I'm going to a yard sale, I usually don't have a lot of hope. Tanner's way more hopeful than I am.
I can't think of the last time I had a
Sometimes
good
you just
yard
gotta
sale
believe.
hit.
Like the other day, we heard a rumor of a yard sale. That was enough to get us out of bed.
In cold weather, huh? Cold weather
in
sale?
January. I'm like, this seems a little bit
That's
too good to
bold.
be true.
Yeah, yeah.
And sure enough, there was no yard sale.
We had a yard sale. We had a yard sale once, and it was the hottest day of the summer. My dad's like, "Hey, let's do it today." It was the hottest day of the summer. 6 people came, and the only things that were
no.
purchased were my dad's old Toby Keith CDs.
Good
That's
for
funny.
him. Good for TK. Facebook Marketplace is my version of yard sale now. I've been buying up a lot of like stuff. I went to Athens the other day and bribed my kids to go with me with presents, and I bought a card collection from a student up there. Really good dude. Some crazy stuff and like Shining Celebi, base set 2 Charizard, some like old school stuff. Really wild collection, and I've been paying like pretty fair value for that too. So I've kind of like given up. Now the cards are so hot, like finding deals for them. Sports, biggest sports moment. Let me get out of your guys' way here. The Bengals. Everything the Bengals have done is exceptional. Bengals in 2022 were incredible. I wish we would have won the Super Bowl. That was an offensive line issue.
Yeah, it was good to see Matty Stafford get one though. You know,
I really didn't.
I
didn't care. Yeah, not for Dan.
I don't know. I
really
felt
didn't
he
care.
earned
I
it
liked
after all those years in
the
Detroit.
Super Bowl was
That's
fun.
true.
The Super Bowl was fun last year. I hope this year's is good.
Yeah.
I can't remember the halftime show last year. The halftime show was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Dr.
Yeah.
Dre.
Yes. Oh,
I know
yes.
the
All
Super
time.
Bowl had happened last
Yeah.
time we talked, but Dr. Dre, he's the man. So I hope Rihanna.
Oh, she will be, dude.
And she's another one we were talking about, like people we don't
Right.
fully like. We were joking about Taylor Swift earlier.
Right.
About,
Right.
Like Rihanna's another one. She had so many good songs in like
Bangers.
our high school years,
Yep.
and I just never really understood how many songs.
Right,
she has.
right.
So, like, am I a huge Rihanna fan? No, but like, I'm sure she'll play at the halftime. I'll be like, okay, dang, like,
She's
Oh,
gonna-
I
she's
remember
gonna
that
bring out the
song.
bangers.
Yeah.
She'd probably bring out ASAP Rocky too. It wouldn't surprise
She
me.
brings out
Right.
some Pond to replay out there.
Oh,
Oh,
my
100%.
Umbrella, I'll lose it, dude.
LA, what?
Dude, I'm really excited for Rihanna's halftime show. But yeah, Bengals for 2022. It was the year of the Bengals.
Sports. I'm not a huge sports year for me. Just following golf this past fall
Okay.
was my the only. I will say Ogilvy in West Virginia. You know, I know it's paid for. It's some of it is not. You know, like the cabins and things, but like the cabins and things, like everything was up there. It's just really beautiful with the hills and.
It is nice.
It's just kind of a good way to showcase the state.
Did you go to the lights this year at Ogilvy?
We did not go. We usually do. That's always been something we've done. We wanted to, but that was the day it was 0 degrees. It was right before Christmas.
Probably
So
not worth going out
yeah,
there.
we were like, it's snowing and it's 0. It's like freezing. Like so.
We could die by
Yeah,
hypothermia.
but we didn't do that. But honestly, sports, that was it for me. I do not.
That's fair.
In fantasy football, the bane of my existence. At this
I think
point,
2022 just like.
yeah, it just
glossed,
happened.
yeah.
What happened? I don't know.
What about you, Tanner? Any sports?
College football, man.
College football.
Conference realignment, UCLA and USC going to the Big Ten. Like,
Doesn't make any sense.
no, it makes no sense logistically.
Money.
NIL collectives and recruits getting flipped. Like Dion just flipped Cormani McClain out of
Saw
Florida,
that.
5-star cornerback. He was originally going to sign with Miami. Talked to Dion on signing day. Just signed with Colorado. Dion moving to Colorado, bringing Shador, Travis Hunter, and like a bunch of studs from Jackson State with him. We're bringing luggage, and it's Louis.
Yeah, that was a wild one. I'm excited, dude. Dion's really grown on me.
Just the overall parity of college football this year was insane. Like us losing to Kansas and Kansas having the year that they had, TCU making it to the national championship with probably a mediocre roster.
Dude, that butt
technically.
whooping really hurt my soul.
Georgia just
Ohio
head and
State
shoulders.
literally losing as the ball dropped this
Oh
year.
my
Oh
God.
my
You could not
gosh,
plan
yes.
that.
I had to
that
flip
was so
that over, watch
unfortunate.
the ball drop, flip over, and Georgia's taking a knee. I'm like,
We
okay.
watched the Miley Cyrus New Year's show, and then I remember I was like, I'd really like to watch the game more. It's like, let's watch Miley.
Oh no! And I mean, both the college football playoff games, the semis, TCU Michigan game was phenomenal. Georgia Ohio State phenomenal.
I have a suggestion for college football. I've kind of bucked this idea for a long time, but they should have a super conference. And
It's going to move. It's probably going to be like 2 or 3.
They should do almost like a European soccer thing where you could play your
Get
way
demoted,
into the
play up, yeah.
into the super conference.
Yeah.
So you take like the top 5 teams from the major conferences, and you keep them in that conference, but they're in the super con. You know what I mean?
Eventually, it'll turn
then
into
you
the
have,
SEC
like,
and the Big Ten.
the top mid majors. So like
Yeah.
the top team from the CUSA and the MAC or the WAC or whatever.
The whack.
Yeah.
I
they
think with,
they all play each other all year,
Mhm.
and then if you finish last in your conference in the super conference, you bump out to the
bump down to mid majors. Yeah.
and then that way there can't be any of this.
WVU be
And I-
relevant again for a little bit.
and I know
Yeah,
the thing
just
is,
like
is
we're winning NIT tournaments.
pe-
Yeah.
Yeah.
people will say like, well, that'll take all the fun of it. I'm sorry, but like Georgia, Alabama, LSU, they're always going to win everything. Like, it's
Yeah, I've
just-
lost a lot of my passion for
I
it.
don't really care about college football because the SEC is they're just too good. Like, you can't out recruit them.
But they have
You
no,
can't.
like everybody else at this point has no one to blame but themselves. NIL, I think,
Still.
has leveled the playing field to such an extent that
Why would
schools are
an
getting
18-year-old from
good
Florida
kids.
want to go play football in Ohio?
because Ohio
Wha-
State.
He could play at Alabama or LSU
Right,
or
right.
Florida.
Again,
or,
how much money you want to pay? Now there are some
Still,
kids that
but
do want to
but
go.
The more money is going to go to those schools because they're going to get all these recruits. You got more booster. Like,
Arch Manning going to Texas, I heard that was like a $2 million. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I feel like they
he already lost his student ID twice apparently.
Right.
it's
Which
just,
I don't know. Speaks
It's
to his
absolutely
character.
mind blowing to me. You know, college football used to be about all the conferences, and now it's just like, what's the SEC up to? And,
Right.
Like the idea of the super conference again, you take the top 5. There is no debate who's the best anymore, and then you'd still have people arguing, but you know, people were upset TCU made it in.
I wasn't upset that they made it.
No,
I was
I
upset
wasn't
at how
either.
they performed when they
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
in,
But like Alabama lost twice. Sure, they lost to 2 very good teams,
Mhm.
and they probably were better than the other 3 teams.
And they almost lost to Texas A&M.
but that's the thing. Regular season
didn't make a bowl
counts,
game.
and I just get tired of this. Well, they're the better team. Well,
it doesn't.
yeah, they are.
Show it.
Yeah,
we
they
don't
are.
we
You
don't
gotta- you
play
gotta
games
win.
on paper. We play them on the
you gotta
field.
win
Shout out
games.
Josh
like,
Pate.
Sorry,
I-
like even
I-
Ohio State. Like
Yeah.
Ohio State lost 1 game.
They got smacked that game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they lost 1 game though,
Mhm.
and then you're gonna tell me Alabama
Mhm.
with 2 losses deserves like. The numbers don't make sense there. It's not like it's a Hawaii. Like if Hawaii was undefeated, but whatever.
I
Like,
do like the expansion of the college football playoff, though. But with that, it's just going to get better teams in there. I mean, something has to happen if we're ever going to see. I can't remember the last true underdog national champion in college football. I mean, I'm really racking my brain.
national champion. I can't think of one.
It's honest to
The-
God,
like
They'll
some of
they'll
the-
make it like the BCS days maybe.
Right.
You'll get
But
like
the
a number
bowl-
3 or 4
Right,
sneak
right.
in.
But the bowl games, I mean, you might have someone win those, but
Right.
still, I mean, I can't.
bowl games
national-
have no like relevance to me
No.
at all anymore.
I
Like-
think the biggest point spread for a national championship game was like the 2002 Miami Ohio State game,
And
and
Ohio
it was
State
like
won.
12 points,
Yeah.
12 and a half, something like that. This latest championship game, Georgia TCU, was like 13. That was the biggest spread ever, and like Georgia just ran away with that game. It was crazy.
TCU is doing an awesome job with that organization, though. You know what I mean? So if they go back and they look
They
at
still made it to the national championship.
Yeah.
though.
I hope they
Like,
don't. Yeah, they got
I mean, you got
They recruit
smacked,
Texas really well.
but you made it to the national championship.
Yep.
cool color scheme too,
Yeah,
guys.
purple.
It's-
I love purple.
Their
I do.
uniforms are
That's
sick,
cool.
yeah.
I really like what they're doing. Okay. Games.
I only have 1 game. I really wasn't much in a game, but Gotham Knights, I will say, I think deserves some of the heat it gets and has gotten, but overall it's still pretty fun.
Can you talk about that
Experience.
email that Tim
The
Griggs sent?
Point Pleasant, yeah, the Point Pleasant one there. So each character gets emails because you could switch off and you could see the different emails, and it was just really funny. And I sent it to these guys. There was one where they were talking about like the cryptids, and there's one in Point Pleasant, Virginia. And it looks
Come
like
on,
it looks like
Yeah.
a moth, a giant moth man, and it's like
Yeah.
okay, like you guys spent all this time on the game. You didn't do like
Yeah.
one simple fact check.
You
like,
didn't.
not
not even Google it?
and it's
Give-
characters who pride themselves on knowing everything
Give
too.
Bethesda
Yeah,
a
Tim.
call.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
especially like Tim Drake. He
Yes.
prides himself on being super intelligent, and he
Right.
got that wrong.
How cool would it have been if it was Killer Moth and like that was like
I do like, yeah, that would be cool. I will say the game, it's cool that you could play back and forth between the characters. You could play, like, it's a little bit different. Like, if you go play a mission as Batgirl and then play it again as Nightwing, it's a little different. Some of it's very repetitive, the combat, but the thought of your friends being able to jump in and you're just beating some bad guys up.
See, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. It does have some playback features. It's an easy platinum, if that's a thing you're looking for.
Who's your favorite character to play as?
A favorite character to play as, honestly, I think at the start it was more Batgirl because she's more the gadgety. But I'd say Red Hood.
Really?
He's more the brawler.
Was he magical? Was he pretty magical in how like he traverses like Gotham City? Did they really play up on like
The grapple's actually kind of weird because where Batman will grapple up, and you have to glide down in like the Arkham games. You can't you can grapple down to buildings, but you couldn't glide, so you basically had to keep grappling and jumping. Red Hood, his combat was my favorite. I think story wise, my favorite is probably Nightwing, but
As it should.
yeah, it was a really good game. Stuff they should have worked on, I think, a little bit more. It's still a little plain, kind of like Arkham Origins.
Oh,
the
right,
city's
right.
just kind of bare. It's like this is a major city,
nothing's happening?
and there's 6 people in the street. Like, I understand there's a lot of crime going on, but like,
right.
let's fill this up a little bit. So, that's the only game I really focused on and played a lot of. So, I thought it was good, not perfect, but
Right.
not as bad as some people might say it is.
Yeah, I don't think no game like I guess it was okay for me. Cyberpunk, because of the anime, I played it. I devoted a lot of time to it. I got the best ending, like the happiest ending, and like, to be honest, I had to Google because like there's so many different ways that game ends, and 99% of them are like really sad. So I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, I love my character too much. So like, I really looked into that. Scarlet and Violet was the biggest pleasant surprise, and every negative thing that came out about it, like glitch wise and frame rate and this and that, probably well deserved. But if you just look at it as a core game, the dynamics, the like what you're able to do in that game, it's probably my favorite Pokemon game, man, since like the original.
I was gonna say I've been hearing a lot of like it's simultaneously the best and worst Pokemon
Yeah, it's
game.
A
incredible.
lot of 50-50.
Yeah.
Right, worst as in probably like the mechanics of it, or like the
But
the infrastructure, the gritty
Frame-
of it.
frame rate
that
glitching,
stuff like
yeah.
ruins people's opinions.
Right.
For me, not so. It wouldn't ruin it for me because a lot of but like Tanner with Assassin's
Right.
Creed 3,
Right.
that completely ruined Tanner's perception of the game.
XXXB,
Just an example.
XXXB,
Right. I love that game,
But
See,
like
it's-
that was different than the previous ones too. So like
Yeah.
just the way, and then some of the glitches for like Unity or Arkham Knight when it crashed
Right.
on PC.
See,
like,
I don't know if I had any like major issues with Unity during
when it
during
first
my
came out,
playthrough.
because I downloaded it that night, played it, and yeah, it was a little buggy, but that's still my favorite Assassin's Creed game.
I mean, every
Like
Assassin's
to
Creed,
play, I like.
actually every Ubisoft game at this point has
It's
bugs,
a little
but
bug.
I would say both Cyberpunk and Scarlet Violet suffered from that, but I'm lucky enough that I did not know. I only noticed one frame rate issue on like Scarlet and Violet, and like I did not have like those excessively like crazy like, oh, it's a giant man on like a little scooter like,
in their T-pose,
yeah, and like your
walking
head like
around,
just, turning
just
around.
gliding through their T-pose.
I didn't notice that. Really happy with how the Pokemon video game world's going. I like that it seems like it's going to be more of a traditional RPG and probably in future ones to where like you can build specific relationships and have lower levels of relationships here. And like the tone of the game at the end was way more adult than I expected. And the story, the side characters in this are some of the best side characters that they've had in a long time. Like normally they're just like a generic random like
Yeah.
rival or this and that. I think they did a really good job with that. There's one dude, a gym leader, that's just a businessman, and he's super sad to be there. And dude, it's really funny. His gym is normal type Pokemon, and he's like, "Well, it's time to punch in," and
That's
he's just
so
like
sad.
throwing him.
That's
His
man.
boss like scolds him at certain
I like
points.
that.
And then God of War. Played God of War. Really love God of War. I have not finished it yet, but the God of War storyline is amazing.
No spoilers. No
Yeah,
spoilers.
please God, no spoiler.
I mean,
No spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Those three really controlled. And I played Luigi's Mansion again with my girls this year, and I really enjoyed Luigi's Mansion again. But outside
that's a
of that,
solid game.
Yeah,
It's a
just-
solid game.
for you, what's your game system look like? What's gaming?
Let's see. Still, hammering out dynasties on NCAA 14.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Who you playing with?
He's got 15 straight national championships.
UTEP has
taking out all my hate with WVU and with everybody else, beating Alabama by 17,000 points. What really, I mean, God of War Ragnarok as well. Finished that. That and God of War, just like some of the two, just top tier AAA experiences you'll get.
Yeah.
What I played over the summer during my vacation, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So it's remastered 1, 2, and 3
Right.
with Shepard, and those games are just so fantastic. Started it up again a couple weeks ago. Still going through those stupid Mako missions. Just one of the worst vehicles ever in gaming is the Mako. But the story, the Reapers, just the character Shepard, Garrus, Tali, Erdnot Rex, and just the entire ensemble, the story is just so good. Like, it's probably my favorite story in games. I'm trying to think of what other game.
Mass Effect would make a good series.
I feel like I've heard rumblings
That's
of
what I
a
was
story.
thinking so too.
Warhammer 40K is actually getting a series helmed by Henry Cavill.
Good for them.
It's going to be about Space Marines. There's also another game coming called Riptide, which centers around, or not Riptide. I think it's just Space Marine 2 or something like that. But it's going to be another over-the-shoulder third-person game.
That's cool.
Trying to think what else we've gotten into. With Game Pass, dove heavy into New Vegas on my phone. Playing with
Really?
the controller, yeah, it was pretty sick. Get like a little clip stand to the headboard, and it would I'd lay on my back.
What a fun way.
Controller right here. Just, oh my God. That's how I played a lot of Mass Effect too. Just stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning, not even realize it. Just playing New Vegas and Fallout and Forza, Horizon, Game Pass killing it again.
I love the image of you just playing in your bed, looking up.
Yeah, I'm just laying on my back, controller on my gut, looking up. You know, it's just a good time to be alive. I'm trying to think. Over recently, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Mobile.
Okay.
Getting into battle royales.
Battle Royale.
I haven't played that with controller yet. Been wanting to. As far as like retro games, I picked up a Super Nintendo Eye of the Beholder, D&D for Super Nintendo. Trying to think, what did we have? We had something at the high school. What was that? Was that Old School Con again?
Yeah.
This past summer,
Yes.
picked
yes.
up
I forgot.
4 NES games. I want to say ActRaiser was one of them. I think.
You know, another cool thing to bring back to the games and retro games in CGC. CGC is now grading vintage games and games.
Like boxes and
yeah,
stuff.
and God, dude,
That's
that
cool.
looks really cool.
That's the one thing I don't want to get into, because like the games, retro games are hard enough to find by themselves, but like when you get into the box game, like, it's a different animal, because those things
it's
just
crazy.
don't exist
They don't,
anymore.
because just the age
it's
itself
just-
is.
People threw away cardboard. Like that's just what they did, unfortunately. So it's so
Didn't
hard
recycle a
to find
damn bit
minty
of it.
boxes, yeah. Unless you find like old new stock that hasn't hit shelves ever.
Right.
Like-
I have like 2 sealed vintage games. I think one of them is like Jeopardy, just because I don't think anyone played Jeopardy. Like,
That's a fair
That's
assessment.
funny.
right?
Yeah. I mean, your Pokemon Yellow over there is like,
Pokemon Yellow, dude. I'm
Again,
glad.
no one can see it.
Yeah, there's Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah.
Box. The Soul. Where's my Soul Silver? That was one of my more recent pickups. That's complete in game with all the things that came with it. Same thing with Ruby, Fire Red, my other Yellow.
I need a label upgrade for Stadium.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
mine
my
is torn to
gosh.
shreds. Like,
Yes.
it doesn't even have a label at this point.
Yeah.
It's just a sticker that says Pokemon Stadium.
God, I can't believe. I don't know. See, the N64 is when I got out of keeping my box. SNES and NES, I kept a crap ton. But for some reason, I remember I had this. If you guys remember the Nintendo
boxes,
64,
yeah.
like the cartridge you can pull out and then stick them in that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did that, and then I did away with like my box, like how I kept. And I'm kicking myself, man.
Yeah.
Because Stadium and like Snap and even Hello Pikachu, all those things. Ah, man, I miss. Nostalgia's really hit me hard in
Yeah.
2023.
Just one thing I regret is like throwing away
Content.
boxes and stuff.
Content.
It's like,
Content.
I had a Super Mario in
Yeah.
box.
Yep.
Picked up, or actually no, a collection that I got from my cousin. He had a Super Mario 3 in box, and that box is crisp. I'm like, I need to get a plastic case for that.
Yep. Yep.
Some heavy hitters in that.
You know
in
what?
that collection.
Talking about vintage games and a game system that I've not seen a lot of games coming from the shop locally or recently. I have not been seeing a lot of PlayStation games, like the
That's
core
unfortunate
original
'cause
PlayStation.
PS1 games are still. Like,
Someone
big.
came in yesterday looking for PlayStation 1 games, and I'm like, I don't have I might have 2 like in store right now. There's no one.
Do you still have that Legend of the Dragoon?
No, sold.
That's
I think,
sold? Yeah,
Yeah,
I figured,
yeah.
yeah. That's a good game. It's a good game.
That's a really underrated like Final Fantasy style
Yeah.
game. Love that game.
I was always a big Sega guy.
See, Sega. I was not a
Sega.
big Sega guy. I
I
did
like-
enjoy
like
certain.
Sonic
You
the
can't
Hedgehog.
find Dreamcast games.
Sonic
like,
the
Dreamcast
Hedgehog.
stuff.
or
2
I mean, every now and then you
was
find a Genesis.
amazing.
But
We played this like old Mickey and Donald game.
See, yeah,
FIFA, like soccer, like man.
Someone-
I
yeah.
love Sega.
Yeah, someone needs to open up a game bar, and if it's not me, someone else take this
Yeah,
idea
someone
and
else
just do it.
it.
Just
Yeah,
like
or Daniel
a
do it.
barcade.
I'm
I would
too.
love
I'm,
a barcade.
yeah,
He has a lot of other stuff.
I'm really overwhelmed, but someone do this.
He's a busy guy.
We're also doing, hey, shout out Expedition Pleasance Gaming. Really
was gonna
original
say-
name because everything I put is that starts February. That starts February. Let me pull up the date. And guys, it's tabletop. What's my calculator?
Spin up his calculator.
It starts February 9th, I believe. And what that is
my.
that's D&D.
Mark
That's
it.
tabletop. We're going to be doing all of it. We're going hard on the D&D bandwagon, but it's also going to be for family gaming. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff.
Wonder
So
if Wade Boggs
time.
is going to show up.
yeah, get them all. I
He's
brought
still sleeping at the
the
end.
bugbear sorcerer.
Dude, we had meetings doing the planning of. We got the grant from Try This West Virginia. Shout out Try This West Virginia. I know you're not watching, but we got the grant to do it to redo 204, 205, and I brought up our D&D campaign here as like a guiding factor for how like I want this to be like this. I want it to be fun. I want it to be first time
telling you,
players
man.
can come in, they can jump in.
It's
We should.
We could even try.
We should do a D&D.
Let's do it,
Why
dude.
have we never,
guys.
Why have we never
I've been
done
talking about this
We
for
need to
what
have
feels
an
like 5
elaborate
years at this
setup
point.
right here.
Yeah,
And
My
we-
brother, all we need is a fourth mic. It's ready. I just need another swing arm. My brother, you know what? My brother has a mic. He can DM for us.
I love that idea, and I love the idea. I want to be so bougie with it. I want the nice miniatures, dude. Someone sent me a
Custom-
link.
You can make custom.
I got
minis
on there.
now.
I got on there, dude, and I freaking love it. I really think it'd be fun. 'Cause we can just go through. We can our own pace, have it as fun or as serious as we like to. We really need to do that. Really, really need to do that.
Just give-
Your
just-
content.
Just let me. Just
Content.
Content. with the
Content.
new open gaming license that Wizard of the Coast announced for D&D,
Yeah,
some controversy there.
I saw that.
It's I think it's going to open up a lot of creators to like create stuff for the hobby.
Dungeons and Daddies, shout out. That podcast is
Oh my
just,
God,
dude.
that's
That
incredible.
it has just instilled me with so much want for D&D.
Are we doing music? I saw it crossed.
I
off
crossed
on
it
the-
out. I didn't know if we had.
I didn't know
music.
because I was preparing myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then let's do music. We do
No.
have music on here.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just saw you cross it out.
I crossed it out because-
not doing.
Let's do music. I'll start us out. I just literally Metro by The Weeknd. Oh no, God, what is it called? It's here.
Calculator. Give
Metro
a calculator.
Creepin'. It's a remake of an older song, but The Weeknd. This is like typical Weeknd. God, I love The Weeknd so much.
Me too.
And that's literally.
Listened to him and Post Malone a little bit earlier.
It just came out towards the end. Did you really?
It
Yeah.
was what's that song? Can't remember the name of it.
One
One coming over here, one right now. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, I
One
have it
right
on
now.
here. But yeah, The Weeknd. That and Taylor Swift had a great year, man. And I don't want to
T-Swift.
be that T Swift guy, but she did an
She
incredible
did
job.
it again.
She did. She's a mastermind.
I was
man.
really going like indie this year. Like
really good.
I hit that Discover Weekly.
Yeah,
Last
I should-
Dinosaurs. I think there's one group that they have this really cool, is really good song. It's on my Discover Weekly. It's called Wires. I think their name is Spirit of the Bear. And I looked because I was like, I wonder if they're famous,
Right.
Like, and I just don't know about them. They have like a YouTube channel. They have like 500 views. They're from
Wow.
Ohio, so
Wow.
yeah, check them out. Like they only have a few songs on Spotify, but Wires is a pretty good song. And then I've been randomly like Dua Lipa. Like,
Really?
Yeah, Dua Lipa, couple Post Malone, Beach Weather, just
Okay.
random stuff. It's all over the place, but music, the year of music. So I just really trying to diversify. I'm really tired of having Coldplay as my top Spotify.
There you go, absolutely.
I love Coldplay, but come on, man. Like
Enough's
I
enough.
was gonna say my Spotify Wrapped was
the
just State
midnight,
Champs again.
the midnight. If you like '80s type stuff too, like it's a little new wave with an '80s touch. So
All of those sounded very like 80s. God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they could all like they're great band names.
Yeah.
Man, they're just like perfectly.
Last Dinosaur, they
That's
they
incredible. I
they
love
have. I went through. I was washing dishes one night and just like 6 songs in a row. I put their channel up, just 6 songs in a row. I'm like.
See, that's a good feeling.
They kind of sound like the Strokes. If you
Hmm.
ever listen to the Strokes, they kind of have that, which I love the Strokes too. But that's where
This is
I'm
when
at.
band names were band names,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just remembered. We passed TV already with The Last of Us.
oh my God, that I didn't
The
put it
Last
on here
of Us.
because
Didn't
it's
even think about it.
2023.
Didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
Another episode comes out tonight.
Man, that is so good.
It's the car wreck scene where they're like trying to get away
Yep.
from that town.
Yep.
1 for 1,
Yeah.
literally 1 for 1.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
then, spoiler alert: Sarah's death is
spoilers,
like frame for frame.
Pedro
Perfect.
Pascal
Oh my God.
Spoilers.
eats, man. He is a divine
That's
actor,
that's
man.
daddy right there.
He is, dude. That guy, and he's just a good dude. Like,
He embraces it. Look it up.
holy crap, man. He
He's
does.
daddy.
I love, and see, I have not gone through like I fixed my moustache. I have not gone through like Last of Us as thoroughly as most people. So like all of this is like new to me. I'm just enjoying the ride.
It's just
which
such a
is
good
helping me.
story. Yeah.
God, I
Like
love
I
the-
can't imagine going through this the first time.
dude.
like, living this
the
story.
death scene hit me harder than probably. I mean, the last like 10 years, dude. I can't think of something that impacted me that like drastically. Like it was.
I knew it was
powerful.
coming.
Yeah,
And
absolutely,
it
yeah,
still hit.
Yeah,
It
no,
still gave me
man.
goosebumps.
Have you seen Last of Us yet?
I don't know like zombie stuff. I'm not
Here's the thing: they're not zombies.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're
but
cordyceps.
They
It's a fungus.
It's the
It's
it's
genre,
gross.
right.
It's
There's
it's
some
not for
like
me.
not like body horror. But
It's like its brains are on the out. Like I'm good.
it's the fungus growing
Growing
and
out.
manipulating the brain.
I have like
and,
a phobia about stuff. Like I don't like.
That's
yeah.
fair.
like the when you
like-
first get like the fungal things coming out of grandma's mouth. Like that was weird. And then her like,
How attractive is
in
that?
the background, she's like twitching and moving. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
not good.
I bet you this would just tickle you, her little.
I don't like that. Nah, I don't like it. There's blood everywhere. I don't like it. And then you turn into a cordyceps.
The Last of Us, dude. That's gonna be incredible.
Slight tangent, no big deal.
No, yeah, we need that. Do you have any music in your system?
Spotify Wrapped with Still State Champs. Branching out a little bit. Hallie found this dude on TikTok. His band's called Loveless.
Okay.
He does some covers and things, but he has some original songs. It's really good.
You know what I've been lifting to lately?
State champ.
State Champs.
I'm telling you, man.
Still not listen. I got to listen to them.
Kings of the New Age, and they meant it.
I've been listening to like lo-fi piano covers of anime songs.
I have as well. I have like not anime, but like piano Disney
Yes.
or like just peaceful piano.
It
playlists.
helps me lift. I can't lift to like something yelling at me anymore. Yeah, like I'm in there.
It's just too much. Yeah.
I'm in like a
It's too
peaceful
much.
frame of mind. I'm able to get like a good workout in, and like just the piano, man, has
Yeah.
like
I
really
can't
like
listen
helped
to
me
drumming
with
pool anymore.
it.
Listen to some Creed.
Dude, I remember the old high school weight room having a lot of Creed on there. Actually,
A lot of asbestos too.
yeah, and a lot of and dude, and a lot of asbestos.
The whole back plyometric room is just full of asbestos.
Let's bring it to what people really want to know. What's the biggest flop of 2022?
Black Adam.
Black Adam was not good.
I didn't watch it.
It was
it's
not done
not worth
well.
your time.
And I don't want The Rock to beat me up.
Can
but it was
I
not
actually?
well.
Can I say this? I think biggest flop. I think people have turned on The Rock. I think it's official.
They're starting
He's
to.
in the heel
Really?
turn. He's
I
in the
really
heel
think they
turn.
are,
I love
yeah.
The Rock. I will forever love The Rock.
I do too.
But
Like
people have turned on The Rock.
He made Black Adam just to get himself in the DCU,
Mm-hmm.
strong arm DC into bringing back Henry Cavill,
Which
just
you
for them
should
to
have,
do
though.
nothing with
Honestly,
it.
though,
right.
The Rock and the DCU, even if whatever you think about him being an actor, that's only gonna make them more money. You know,
Unfortunately,
so
yeah.
so don't you want big name stars and big name role? Like
Right.
that's not a well known character. So if you have The Rock in it,
You know what I mean? No, you know what I mean. I didn't say anything.
What do you?
I had a mental thought, and then I projected it outward to you guys without saying it. You know what I mean? You know what I just said? You get it?
yeah, it's in there.
This okay, dude. It's something just resonated with me so much mentally that I outwardly expressed it, maybe even to myself. The quote that you live long enough. Wait,
You live long enough.
You either
to be
die a
the-
hero.
You
or
either
live
die a
long enough
hero
to
or
see
you
yourself
live
become
your
a
long.
villain.
And dude, I'm taking that even to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Are we in
started.
our villain stage?
We started out as a big
Yep.
pop culture, strictly superhero genre, and my biggest flop of 2022 is the superhero genre.
Yeah. That's true.
Superheroes. It was such a low point for me this year that I couldn't enjoy and I still haven't seen Black Panther. I know I'm gonna enjoy that because I love the
That comes out
inclusion
pretty soon.
of
Like next
Namor
month.
Namor.
Black Panther already came out, didn't it?
In
Yes.
theaters, not on
I think
streaming.
it drops here
Oh,
soon on
okay.
Disney Plus, which I'm going to be able to see it. That I'm excited for because I love the inclusion of
Yeah, we didn't watch
Spanish
that in
culture
theaters
and that
either.
and the Aztec culture. But outside of that, the superhero genre has just fallen from animation to
Yeah.
games essentially, and then comics,
Avengers.
my collectibles. It's just, and maybe I've loved it so much that when you love something for
Yeah,
so
you just
long,
kinda
you
get
start
burnt
finding
out.
Yeah.
flaws
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
burnout in it. So I am absolutely in my villain stage when it comes to superheroes.
Superhero stuff just was down. The Batman. That was it for me.
Right.
And some people's opinion of the Batman is far different than mine.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that, but that was in March. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So since then, there's Thor.
That
It
came and
did not.
went,
It
man.
didn't hit
That came
me
and went.
with anything. Yeah.
It's Marvel.
You know what I mean?
Ant-Man
Did
comes out
Shang-Chi come out
soon.
this year?
It did.
That
didn't
hit. I loved it. I love
didn't
Shang-Chi.
Hate
But-
it. I didn't think it was the best movie. I thought it was a well done
Maybe
movie.
it's all just character building, with Marvel, it's world building stuff right now, and that's why it's not hitting, because sometimes that'll pay off later. You're like,
Right.
oh crap, that's awesome, but
Multiverse of Madness was weak to me. The movie. I thought.
I heard
yeah.
it was.
I thought it was a
yeah.
good movie.
And I just don't feel like watching it too. I like. I like Doctor Strange, like the movies. I
Right.
liked him in the Avengers.
Right. Miss Marvel was a weak show for me on Disney Plus, and that's maybe I
didn't
just
finish that.
I didn't like. It's great that they're culturally bringing in new cultures, and it's just something that didn't resonate with me. Maybe I'm just getting old too, dude. Because she's a young, superhero dealing with her own thing and her own culture, but that didn't really resonate with me. Was Winter Soldier and Falcon or Captain America?
That
that
was
was
January.
Was that January
was
of 2022?
Yeah.
I thought it was previous.
That really didn't resonate with me a whole lot. I liked Moon Knight, but there were some ups and downs to
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
She-Hulk. I enjoyed She-Hulk.
I
enjoyed it.
enjoyed She-Hulk, but
For what it was.
For what it was, I don't know. Maybe no, I did enjoy She-Hulk, but it wasn't something that I had to watch the day
Yeah.
of release. I think I did get to a couple episodes where I just binged it. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
okay, I'll just put the time in to get through it. This just wasn't my style of superhero. I'm going through superheroes, everything wasn't where I thought it would be.
I thought Hawkeye was all right. I like Kate Bishop.
Yeah, but man, did it stick with you? Was it lasting? You know what I mean?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker was probably the best
only
Yeah, I think
thing
that's the thing that resonated the most, maybe.
Right.
for me, and I mean, that's it. I can't that and Batman, and I guess Harley Quinn, but that didn't start in 2022, so that's sort of But that's not, I'm not
Right.
overly excited about
Right,
anything.
right.
So
I'm even God, yeah, everything. And then the comics I think this is the first year that I haven't read one of the big two superhero comics. Nothing is drawing me into any of the storylines.
even Spider-Man, Spider-Man,
Yeah.
the game,
Miles Morales came out
coming
this year.
out.
Yeah.
I forgot. I haven't played it yet. I still need
Spider-Man
to play it.
2 got announced.
Even that though, I'm not. I played Miles Morales. Miles Morales came out late 2021, didn't it?
God,
It was a
it's all
holiday.
one
Yeah,
year
it was a
for me.
holiday.
But I played that this year. Pretty repetitive. Not my favorite.
Into the Spider-Verse 2, the second one, that coming out has me intrigued. That's something I do like that coming out.
And then again, moving forward, where do they go? I think in the past few episodes we've done, been a little more hopeful. I just don't feel.
I
I'm
don't
not
feel
overly
hopeful,
excited.
especially at DC. I don't
It
feel
feels
great
like a
about.
misstep just from everybody.
Are we reaching the point now? And
Are we just old?
We're just
we old?
old.
Are we just
No
old?
time. I think we're old. I think
We're
we're
old.
I think now
Gosh.
that superhero movies, are beyond us. Let me fix my mustache again. I think they're I think that we're absolutely not the target demographic anymore for
Yeah.
the majority of mainstream superhero.
We're old.
I think
Yeah,
we're old,
yes.
which is really
We're
Sign of
tough.
the times.
You know what I mean? I think now we're gonna be 40 and looking back oh god, that's nostalgic.
Yeah.
That's our next hope for it being positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's
don't
just
know.
not us. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just not me.
You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? But no, dude, that quote was like, oh my God, I'm living it.
Oh my gosh. I really don't have any major flops other than I think wrestling, even though it kind of rebounded, it was kind of down.
Vince McMahon walking back into the chair.
WWE has been down
that.
for me for a very long time. And there's some other things like sports, like even for sports for me, I don't know, it's kind of played out. I'm really tired of the NFL with the NFL Plus. I'm tired of multiple streamings. Like, just can I get a game on TV that's not the Browns versus the Texans? Like, can I?
Dude,
I
the
know it's
Bengals
a
and
local
Ravens,
market,
yeah.
but like the Bills and the Chiefs are playing. You know, like, can
Yeah.
we put that
That's a
game on
marquee game.
CBS
Should
and
be a
not the
prime
Browns
time.
and Texans?
No,
You know, like
no. Browns and Texans. No one cares about
Yeah,
that.
like, I live close to Cleveland, sure, but I don't want to watch that.
Right. Relatively close to Cleveland. That's still an annoying drive to get to Cleveland.
Yeah,
Sad
You
little
see every Steelers game ever.
dude. I can't with the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I hate that organization. I
and
don't.
Britain.
Yeah, and might as well all just hang out together. I think Art Rooney was an ambassador to the United Kingdom for a while, the owner of the Steelers.
All makes sense.
Yeah, go
It
figure.
all makes
Go
sense.
figure. Dude, it is just a rivalry thing. I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers with every core thread of my body, man. I can't stand them. And quit putting them on my TV. Kenny Pickett is not fun to watch, man. He's not fun to freaking watch. No one on that team. Minka Fitzpatrick, dude.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. You're a good
Okay.
safety. Whatever. Dude, so tired. And you know what though? You know what's been nice? And then I'm only saying this because I'm allowed to say this because I've been a fan of the Bengals since 2005, and we sucked for a good bit. I'm riding high with that. It's nice to hear the silence from Steelers fans right now, dude,
Yeah.
because you guys were deafening and annoying. So I'm really living it, guys. Really nice to see you. See you coming. I'm a hater. Nice to see you on. Nice to see you on the downswing. See you next year. When Kenny Pickett's wearing gloves, throwing the ball 10 yards and throwing a picks. See y'all next year.
That's awesome.
The Steelers are a flop.
Yeah.
It's just-
That's
You have any-
pretty much how I feel.
You have any flops on your side, Tanner?
I'm trying to think.
Anything really stick? Anyone
I-
really bug you in 2022?
Nothing really bugged me. It's just still haven't played enough D&D to my liking.
Dude, let's get it. I'm fully on board
Alright.
with it, man.
I
Set
mean,
her up.
my
Let's go.
brother
Wade
Hallie
Boggs
and
returns.
and Danny played the start of a campaign. Like
Dude,
a
I
session
enjoyed it.
one.
I enjoyed it.
I'm playing
Great
a
time.
I was a half Gene water guy, made an ice shield. Still think about it to this
Yeah.
day.
I'm a cuddler.
Yeah, you are a cuddler.
I made an elephant person. They're called Loxodons,
Ah.
and he is a washed up pro wrestler
That's fun.
that like is just so like he has a mental block where if people don't remember him, he like flips out and has a panic attack.
See,
Like
that's
he was
fun.
part of like kind of like the Rock and Roll Express. His name's Roll.
That's fun.
And his partner's name was Rock.
Corduroy. I just
Yeah.
remember you saying that the one time.
Yep.
Corduroy.
I still want to
Corduroy.
play a wizard. I did play a wizard for like one like 4 hour session.
I want to
I
fully get
can't get
into
away
it.
from monks. I can't get away from them.
Those monks, man. Always pulling you back
Shadow
in.
monk. I kind of want to go
Monks.
open hand, make a grapple build, or do my version of like a Power Ranger with like an Air Ganassi.
That'd be sick, dude.
With like something with like a druid maybe.
That'd be sick.
Get like some animal powers.
I've always wanted to make an avatar, like just like Avatar: The Last Airbender, like
Yeah.
that kind of ability. With,
There is called Way of the Four Elements, but it's really like you take your key and spend it towards spells. But it's the trade-off you get like to cast spells is really steep. Like the amount of key you have to spend for the spells is really just it's too much. There's a better way to do it. Better way to do it.
Content.
We need D&D content. We need.
I got some minis this year. My wife got me some minis.
See, those are cool.
Content.
They're still in the little box, but
Let's do that. We need to film outside of just sitting down too. I really like the idea of like us going. Like I like the shop idea.
Doing stuff.
Doing stuff. I really want to do that. The skits, ideas. Let us know what you want us to do in 2023. It's your year. It's a year of content for you as well. And that's all I have is the last part is what 2023 is for me. It's the year of content. I'm going to bust my butt as far as content and just putting stuff out there and trying to get us in different situations. Spoiler alert, we had an opportunity. We pitched a show in 2020, 2021.
It was 2020.
Yeah.
It was right before COVID.
It was
Yeah.
2020. We pitched a show with the production company, and this is all like a real story. And I don't know if we ever talked about this before.
This straight up happened.
But
It was insane.
we pitched it to a company out of New York, a production company, and we had multiple callback interviews, and it just never ended up fleshing out. I don't know if the whole premise wasn't fleshed out,
Or the timing.
or the timing,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
COVID heavy.
I was gonna say COVID hit right
Um,
after.
I think we should tell this like the full story.
right.
On
Make a
next
documentary
episode.
Yeah,
about
we
it.
really
Next
should.
episode, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think we should just make that, even if it's a lo-fi, low production version of what
We can
that
do
was
it.
supposed to
You
be.
can do it.
Yeah.
It's key. It's
Absolutely.
it's a banger idea,
Yeah.
dude.
But not to give away, because we will talk about this, because it's just because I will tell people.
Right.
I mean, I was helping my father-in-law move out of
Mm-hmm.
his house into a new place. And I said, hey, I got to go do an interview for TV.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
you're full of crap. I'm
I
like, I'm really
I
not.
left. I was
Like,
still working at Cambridge. I left
like-
basketball practice early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm, like,
to
I'm really not. Like
That
this
was the
is-
yeah. And I think the concept of that show would resonate so well, even if it's just on our YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what it is. I think if we did that and we dedicated some time to go and travel around and do that a little bit, it would be it's a surefire
I mean,
freaking hit.
you have the connections with like people with like stupid collections.
Yes,
and,
us going and talking to people and introducing other
Yeah.
people into the podcast, as far as like not just sitting down at the table, but like we're at their home, we're at that convention, we're at that show. You know, I think that it'll be wild, and that's what 2023 is for me, man. It's content.
Year of content.
You're content.
Well, I'm ready. Let's go.
I want to do some more gameplay videos. Like I wanted to record
Do it.
some. It's just
Content.
Got to figure it out.
Do it.
See, that's
Technology-wise.
where it is.
Put
Just
up
do
there.
it.
Just do it.
Just do it. It
Just
doesn't even
throw
have to
it
be
there.
perfect.
I'd love to start streaming with my brother.
Yeah, do it.
Because
Throw
he
it up there.
streams all the
Get it up
time.
there. Content.
Do it. Do it.
Content.
Do it.
Do it. That is really funny. And I'm gonna get better at like tech stuff, dude. I'm not that old that I'm not capable of tech stuff. I'm gonna do stuff with technology this year. Like, it's gonna look
I'm gonna
good.
figure
New
out
game.
Excel.
Yeah, god dang, Microsoft Word's
Honestly,
happening this year.
I've taken like 7 Microsoft Excel college classes because,
It's never stuck for me, man. It's
well, schedule they
Mm.
it never matched up, so they always made me retake it. I'm like, I've taken this class so many times.
please stop
like,
making me do that.
Yeah. So
Your content, man, I'm really committed to it. This is the first of many deep culture podcasts and sit down shows we're gonna have.
and random stuff. as
And
well.
random stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna harass people that are content creators to even sit down and do like virtual interviews
What
with
about
us.
Blind Wave? They're in Marietta.
I don't know who that is.
Oh.
It's at the D&D group.
No, I'll show you Blind Wave. They do a lot of reacts.
Oh, no,
videos
I
to,
do
like
know that
shows
they,
and stuff.
One of the gentlemen came and bought some Black Series from me once at a convention, and I do remember that
Yep.
guy. I think that was
They're
the first time you told me
big.
about
They're
it.
big.
Yeah, we need to do it. And then like there's so many people I follow, artists I follow, individuals that are involved in that stuff that if we just reached out, I would love to
Just, ride
include
their
them.
coattails just a little bit. Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
just hey, man.
Content.
Content, man. And Halloween, I'm doing something spooky. I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
You tell me where you want me to stay this Halloween. I'm gonna do
I
a
have
24-hour
gotten high
live show.
praise from our Halloween episode.
That's what we need to do.
It was some
I'm gonna
good
literally
content.
leave here and just go to Walmart and look and see what's on the.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my children from upstairs and we're gonna go buy some content.
I'm gonna go buy some wings.
Guys, that's what I have.
I'm gonna
That's
go
what I have on my
celebrate
little
Jesus.
list.
Oh, this might be the longest episode we've ever done.
That's
we
fine.
just crossed 2 hours and 1 minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like that.
Felt like
I gotta head out
15.
the door. I really do.
Oh man! All right, let's wrap it up. From all of us at the Deep Culture Podcast, thank you all for watching, listening.
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
It's hey,
2 hours.
we were gone a long time.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Content
Content.
2023.
It's good
Yeah.
to air our grievances.
Yeah, yeah. See y'all here soon.
Yep. Call your
Peace.
mom; she misses you.
Cut.
Content.
I about dropped it. Oh.